sparkle the fire. Shine bright with the scent in the pine. Let just grow fat with each freshly drawn line. Pavement lies smooth like violins spread wide. Gold sandals flash where the fast footsteps glide. But cranes stand like gallows against skies painted blue. As mountain crowds drift in their slow-moving view. Shadow throw heavy like thick pools of tar, hiding the scars where the new buildings are. Sliding some ruins we left out of sight to watch how the city devours the light. Oh, the tower gleamed bright like a tooth in the sun. The race for the kingdom has only begun. But roots twist and rise, breaking tiles below. The ledge is still hides an old smile we know. Yes, sunlight burns glass, still it shines like a gem. While we mend all the tears at the hem. Horizon bleeds out in deep shades of rust. Commerce lays down in its blanket of dust. Long purple fingers of dust stretch their way, reaching for cracks where the children still play. Secrets leak out from the edge of the chart, like whiskers that pierce through a gentleman's heart. Shadows grow heavy like thick pools of tar, hiding the stars where the new buildings are. Sliding from ruins we left out of sight to watch how the city devours the light. Oh, the tower gleams bright like a tooth in the sun. The race for the kingdom has only begun. The roots twist and ride, breaking tiles below. The ledge is still hides an old smile we know. Yes, sunlight burns west till it shines like a gem. While we mend all the tears at the hem.
Sorry, okay. Try that again. Welcome to the MachinistM stream, ladies and gentlebots. And happy 4th of July to any American viewers. I hope you all had a great day full of family and friends and barbecue. And for those on the night side of the Terminator, hope you had some spectacular fireworks that you either watched or had a hand in setting off. And for those on the closer to the West Coast, it's still looking a little bright outside, so I suspect it's going to be a bit longer for you to enjoy those festivities. So, again, happy 250 years. May we have 250 more and beyond that. Okay, and with that, I don't want to say out of the way, but with that said and done, it's maybe it's time to get into some videos. I don't have anything super patriotic up yet, unless anybody wants to give me suggestions. But we got some leaflet stuff to look at, and oh, what the hell! It's there will be some celebration of American ingenuity. I think it's just not as bold and red, white, and blue as you might think. So let's get started. Okay, come on. Yeah. So I apologize if I'm feeling a little gravelly, or more gravelly than usual. Got hit by a plague earlier this week, so spent Canada Day down and sick, and the rest of the week just kind of followed along like that. So I apologize for the sniffles and the wheezing. Ah, there we go. So this is the latest and potentially the last trailer for Ghost in the Shell before it comes out on Tuesday, July 7th. So let's take a look. What's in store there? Okay, sorry about that. Still got some scuff going on, but what's a stream without scuff?
その男は一般人を人形のように操ることのできる人形使いだと信じている。俺が焼いたのは人工知能か？敵はプロだ。人間の脳は電脳を介してしまえばただの特殊なハードウェアに過ぎない。
Okay, Go Ghost by King New. That's pretty good. Oh no, seeing Bato in a classy, old school like detective trench coat is just kind of tickles me. He looks kind of dapper. I'm not gonna lie. And I've never really thought of Bato as dapper, but I think that's because he's more tactical forward or edgy in the Ghost in the standalone complex.
その男は一般人を人形のように操ることのできる人形使いだと信じている。俺が焼いたのは人工知能か？敵はプロだ。
I gotta love the timing there. Or bodies, was that what that said? Wired bodies. Networked ghosts. Yeah, that's Noir Bato is the vibe I get from that. I'm kind of looking forward to that episode. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I'm looking forward to that episode. It's going to be goofy, but it looks like it's going to be serious too, so I don't have a problem with that. Okay, and I'll link that in the chat. Chat. And on to the next bit. So, this shop makes the weirdest parts in manufacturing, from hobbyist to space. Now this is something right up my alley. You haven't taken the hint from the name. I'm very much interested in making stuff. And I want to see what stuff they're making with what.
This video is sponsored by Toolpath.
Somewhere right now, someone is designing a part that makes absolutely no sense to anyone but them. A bracket for a project they haven't finished. A replacement piece for something discontinued 20 years ago. In other words, the weirdest.
Oh yeah, been there multiple times. And making parts off of failed parts is always fun.
Parts and manufacturing. And for a long time, those were exactly the kinds of parts nobody really wanted to make. Because weird is hard. Most shops are built for repeatability. But in Nevada, there's a company that built an entire business around exactly the opposite. Thousands of completely different designs coming in every single day. Some from hobbyists building things in their garage, some from engineers at companies building rockets to send people into space. And somehow, they all go through the exact same system. And this might be one of the clearest examples of what a smarter shop actually looks like.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Smarter shop. Definitely, there will be things in here I want to rip off shamelessly because goals.
Today we're in Reno, Nevada at Sen, a company built around the kinds of parts most shops would never want.
I didn't realize they were out of Nevada. I thought they were another outfit out of China.
A touch. And honestly, Al's been pretty excited about this stuff from the beginning.
This is a different scale than the other shops we've talked about, and I think in many ways it's an inspiring wake-up call for the industry. When we talk to Jim, we'll see how fabrication evolved with their business, and small shops didn't go away, they changed what they did. He's not going to remove them, but actually lift the whole industry up on the backs of what he's doing. It's a pretty fun one.
The best shops usually get three things right. They know what to say no to and what to say yes to. They reduce human touch. They are constantly innovating. Sen does all of that. just at a completely different scale. And to understand how a company like this even exists, we had to meet Sen founder and CEO Jim.
Yeah, looks like they got a couple big lasers. Well, yeah, they're handling sheet steel. Might be plasmas, but usually that enclosed is lasers.
Belosic, and hear how this whole thing started.
My pleasure.
So Alice told me a lot about Sen, and so we just want to get the whole from start to finish, everything in between.
A long story.
It is a long story.
Send exists because I needed parts made. I needed one of something. You know, I'm a car guy. So when I'm working on a car project, maybe I needed like a dashboard or I needed a filler plate for a shifter or something like that. When I tried to get it made locally, I got turned down like over and over again. And at the time I had a software company and I thought about it. I was like, I bet we could make some software that makes this a lot easier. So I realized if I'm going to do this, I got to do it myself. So asked my lovely wife if I could buy a very, very expensive machine to test it. We had already.
Yeah, that's a laser. And back whenever they started, the lasers have started to come down a lot in price in the last few years. Something like this, $150K at the low end.
Already had the software and we thought it would work. But the idea was for the company to just make just enough money to pay for the machine payment. And then I would have access to the machine for free, right?
Yeah.
So unlimited car parts.
And that's the ultimate justification for a tool. I'll buy it for the job and then I've got this tool. But fortunately with tools like this, you can do a lot more with it than just a little bit here and a little bit there. It doesn't sit on the shelf for months or years and before the perfect opportunity comes along.
That was the origin, but then it turned into what we have today. Almost 250,000 square feet under roof.
Holy crap.
3 locations, making millions of parts annually for not only guys in their garage, but also a big chunk of the Fortune 500, Fortune 50, Fortune 10. So
So you go from the hobbyist to aerospace?
everything in between.
Jim's story of creating a whole business out of a personal need was amazing. But to really understand just how amazing it was, you really have to understand the
Water
system
jet
behind
cutter.
it.
Oh, fully automated palleting and material handling system. They're making money. They're making good money.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with software. The first part of the process is the customer designs their model in whatever their design software is. Upload it. The first thing that you see is what material do you want it out of? You set up your material and then you get a price.
That alone is something that makes their system unique, getting an instant quote back. Because for a lot of custom parts, just getting a quote can take longer than making the part. Sen's process allows for the customer to work on their file in real time to see where they can get better cost efficiencies.
Once the customer is done configuring their part, we, in parallel, are figuring out how much material it's going to take, where that material is located, which location is going to fulfill that order, how it's going to be scheduled, second ops, everything. We're trying to figure that out all in real time. So as soon as they hit go, it's already going.
And in some cases,
And depending on how their system is being set up, all right, my mic is migrating down the pole arm. Depending how they have things set up, and if they're starting to use AI stuff, that quoting out and figuring out just what you need gets a lot more streamlined and can go a lot faster, especially if you're getting a straight up CAD file. You can extrapolate a lot very easily from there, and then you do this over a long time, and you keep learning, and you compile it, and your AI, if you have it set up properly, an AI agent could do that work too. So you could have everything you need with the quote in 5 to 10 minutes after the customer posts their part.
That means a part is already headed toward a machine in as little as 20 minutes.
Oh,
So really, like from time to order to time going on to one of our pieces of machinery, I think it's usually like 20 minutes, maybe up to 2 hours.
And that's kitting together with other customer parts too?
Yes. So that's the trick is we treat every customer the same. If they're aerospace and defense, or if they're a guy in their shop, they all get treated the same. They all go on the same sheet of material or the same block of billet or whatever.
okay.
And it allows us to be really smart about how we fit things together so that we have the best machine utilization and material utilization.
And while
And that works great in machine, or in, not machine, in plate, because you get, 150, 200 parts all in the, requiring the same thickness of sheet steel. Yep, pop one plate out and slap her in the laser cutter. You nest, and then have the parts nested out appropriately. Push the button and go. And then in an hour or so, however fast that laser goes, you've got 150 parts. And just as long as you're tracking them proper, pop them out, deburr, send them into a shipping, stick them in a box and ship them out.
While this system, the Senkatsen built, is so impressive, it was still built around a process they'd spent years learning how to scale: sheet metal. With that system now nearly perfected, they were working to see if the same system could work with a totally different process: CNC machines.
All right. So we are in what, the newest area of Senkatsen, we say?
The machine
Bunch of Matsuras, by the looks of things.
shop. What do we have? 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 or 15 machines.
Brother. Can't remember if those are CNC or they're a big ass printer. I think that's a CNC machine though. Not generally one that you, what's it called? Attribute to a printer company making CNC equipment.
Something like these just landed Monday.
Wow.
So yeah, we're growing very, very fast.
When you're looking at a new machine, what are you looking for in a machine?
Oh, speed.
Speed?
Speed, cost.
So speedios.
Speed. We need to go fast. That's, again, something that I didn't know going into this. I was selfish and I want parts fast.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we're going to be quick turn. Oh my God, that is a massive challenge. You have to have redundancy,
Yep.
unlimited capacity. You never know what's coming in the doors.
And Jim was right. They never really knew what was coming in the door. And faster or easier manufacturing doesn't reduce.
Yeah, sheet metal is one thing. When you start doing 3D stuff, she gets, it's another totally different, one more dimension on top of everything else. Triples the complexity. And if you're going fast, you're going hard, you're going deep, you're going to be breaking tools like crazy if you don't have everything just tickety-boo. And even then, you're going to be busting off tips, and that can go rough on your part.
Complexity, it invites more of it. At one point, they even had a customer online who seemed determined to find the exact limit of what Senkatsen could make by sending back the same part more and more complicated every time. Jim was more than happy to
Holy shit. Yeah, that's not good for nothing but stress testing the machinist. You got etching test, gear hobbing, which that can be a pain in the butt depending on what you have. Internal splining, pocketing, holding that is going to be a pain in the ass, but you're going to know exactly what your machine tool is going to be able to do, and what your either your CNC programmer, or if you're using something new like Cloud C or Cloud on C, which is an AI based CAM software, you're going to see exactly how well it does on something like this. But this is if you don't want at least 2 different work holding changes, you're looking at a 5-axis, and it's probably going to take a few hours.
Jim was more than happy to take the challenge, at least until it was time to actually pull it off. Happy to take the
We'll try and make the damn thing send, cut, send. Sarah, whoever Sarah is, I feel sorry for you.
challenge, at least until it was time to actually pull it off. Then, naturally, he handed it to his CNC director. And as funny as that was, it also said something important. Because at a certain point,
CNC director moments before I told him what was going to happen.
And as funny as that,
And I wonder what kind of a bonus he got. Yeah, I look at that. I'm nowhere near. Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't programmed for a CNC machine outside of some G code back in technical school, and things were a lot less advanced back then. But I look at that part and I'm like, yeah, where's my robot? Click go, because like that's a few hours of figuring out pathways and tool changes and stuff, speeds and feeds, roughing, finishing, and depending on how he's got it set up, it could have all kinds of wild finishing requirements.
it also said something important. Because at a certain point,
That hedgehog, let's see if I can't get it.
it also said something important.
Each one of those yellow lines is a movement of the tool. That's a lot of movement.
Because at a certain point, smarter manufacturing stops being just about software or machines. It becomes about the people you've built around them.
So again, the way that you're doing this with the hiring the younger kids, next generation, all of that, that don't have the experience. So how do you attract them? Again, with just kind of the base culture here, and then you're going to train them and actually can, run these machines. And
It starts, it helps a lot with just brand.
yeah.
So if you can have a brand that showcases how we take care of our customers, the quality that we put out, you're showcasing this on social media or whatever, people start to go, that seems like a cool company. I want to work there.
Right.
Of course, you have to attract them with good compensation. I was really surprised to see how low some of the compensation is. And I think people are trying to save
Let's see where it goes with this.
money in the wrong areas. Like, pay good people good money, you get good parts.
And be fun.
Yeah.
I want to work with the boss that rides a robot like a bull, right?
I got yelled at for that, but yeah, I think it still works.
Yeah, it's unfortunately in this sector, people get paid way under what they're valued. But at the end of the day, payroll is payroll, and if you're doing it right, payroll is going to be your largest expense. These companies that they pay their people poorly and just try and replace them with hardware that the people that they are paying don't know how to use, you're going to be losing money faster than just paying someone a good wage.
Works. Yeah, it's really important to show off who you are, and it'll attract like-minded people. If you try and be a little too corporate, you're going to get a bunch of corporate people. If you're a little too Western. And
corpo's no dick all about making anything, let's be honest. They're all comfortable behind their desk, but when it comes to putting file to steel, they are lost as babes in the woods.
You're going to get some Western people, but that's I'm the same. But it's built a really good team. And then what happens is that team will continue to protect the team. They're the guys who are saying, hey, that guy's taking advantage of the company, or that guy doesn't care about quality. And it self-regulates.
Everyone has their back.
And that's the trade-off. The better your team gets, the more.
Yeah, and if you do it that way, you don't need fucking unions. A union is just another way of stealing money out of your pocket to make a fat cat richer. They just try and spin it to make it look like they're on your side. They're not on your side. They're on their side. You're just another number, just another paycheck to garnish.
More tempting it becomes to throw harder and harder work at the system. But smarter shops know growth doesn't come from taking everything. It comes from knowing what actually fits.
So what's next for you for Senkatsen?
Going vertical. So I want to make sure that we can control as much of our supply chain as possible. Like, if I can get raw materials and process them myself and get them ready, that'd be amazing. If I could get a bauxite mine and create my own aluminum, like, that would be amazing. I think that's a lot.
Okay, yeah, we're aligned on that. That's exactly what I'd like to do. Vertical integration as much as possible. If you could get a mine, yeah, do a mine. Go from a mine to an actual aluminum slab would be spectacular. Pricey though, because aluminum is a bitch to refine. There's a reason why it was more than gold, I think, during the Napoleonic era. Like, you get served on aluminum plate in the imperial court of Napoleon, you were a very high-standing guest. The lower guys got served with gold platters.
A lot of money, so I'm not going to get there.
But you go farther upstream.
Yes, and then also, like, vertically, as far as helping our customers do what they do best. Because of our scale, we can oftentimes produce a near net shape to customers so that he can work his magic on it. That's way outside of our capability, but doing more of that is really cool because it unlocks them to focus on these new innovations that they have for a variety of different markets. And I don't have the expertise.
So near net shape means that it almost fits. It's almost the right size. So you would get a nearly perfect part, and then if you've got to fit it into something, you sit down and you take your file or your sandpaper or your polishing stones and polish it right up till it fits just perfect.
Capability, but I can do all the dirty work. I can do the heavy lifting for them. That's really exciting for me.
Well, and that goes into the whole what to say no to, what to say yes to.
Exactly. It allows them to say yes to more things because they don't have to do some of the heavy lifting. It allows me to say no to a lot of things, but then refer.
Right.
So I don't think we'll ever be a broker, but I am very interested in having a really great network where we say no with a.
So it sounds like they'll just cut the material to your near net shape. They won't do final polish. They probably won't do heat treating. They probably won't do painting or surface treatments or coatings, which, fair enough. Those are points of even greater complexity than you'd expect from an outfit like this. But what they can do by referrals is they can make the part and then refer you to go to whoever's doing heat treating or whoever's doing anodizing or et cetera, et cetera.
Let me make you an introduction. Yeah.
And that's really where smarter shops start to separate themselves, not by trying to say yes to everything, but by getting incredibly clear on what they can say yes to. Because the goal isn't just to take on more work, it's to build a system that lets you say yes more often without breaking what already works.
For me, it was
okay, they are doing powder coating by the looks of things. But again, they might not be doing anodizing. Most certainly they won't be doing anything with chrome plating, I would wager, because a lot of outfits don't do anything with chrome because it is a nasty process with a lot of toxic materials.
Kind of like an interesting thing to realize that somebody from the software industry is disrupting machining. And I was a machinist and I'm disrupting software. So it's sort of like an interesting flop, but then hearing his perspective on culture and how he inspires the team and thinks about it, there's a lot of similarities.
And talking with Jim just about the high demand in manufacturing these days.
The demand only increases.
And as he said, it has increased significantly over the last few years, which is obviously exciting.
Okay, well, that was IMTS. I'm not entirely sure who those people are, but that was a good video. It's nice to see that there are other peoples that have similar ideas to what I want to do, because now I can go and take that plan, file off the serial numbers, and maybe go find somebody to give me money so that I can buy the tools to make all the things that I want to make one day. Okay, next we've got the world's first silicon-free processor with You never get her name right. Anastasi in tech. I think one of my favorite semiconductor experts at this point in time. Oh yeah, last one. Company in Nevada making cool shit for all kinds of people, made in America. Go America. Happy 250. 4th of July. Fireworks. Okay. Now let's see what this is all about.
For 60 years, every attempt to replace silicon has failed. Graphene, carbon nanotubes, and dozens of other materials that were supposed to be the future. None of them made it. But now, for the first time,
Mostly because I don't think they could make the material at an economic price, but let's continue.
the semiconductor industry may have finally picked a successor. A few weeks ago, I was there when IMEC presented the new chip roadmap, and on it something remarkable happens. Silicon starts disappearing. Not from your computer, but from the roadmap itself. And the material taking its place is just a few happens. Silicon starts disappearing. Not from your computer, but from the new chip.
Okay, 20. Let's see what this, if we can't translate this. I wonder what this NA value is, because it looks like the number is going up instead of down. Although this MP22 or MP number is going down. Let's, excuse me for a second. I need to take care of something. Okay, sorry about that. Still 98 nanometer. Oh, that's backside power delivery. And that's going to be what's driving power to the biddies. And that's going to be shrinking over the next 20-ish years. Okay, get rid of that for a second. Photonic interface by 33. That's going to be a big boost. And looks like integrating RAM directly with the whatever the next PU is. Okay. Well, anyways, onward.
Roadmap. And on it, something remarkable happens. Silicon.
Okay. That big, shiny, blackish thing, that's a pool of silicon. Silicon. Not silicone. Silicon. That's what all your chips are made of. And that is a pool. I think they're doing 100 millimeter wafers.
Starts disappearing. Not from your computer, but from the roadmap itself. And the material taking its place is just a few atoms thick. I'm a chip design engineer, and in this episode we will explore a new material that could replace silicon. The first microchip already running on it, and what it tells us about the future of computing. Subscribe to the channel and let me explain. For more than 60 years, the entire computing industry has been built on a single material, silicon. Every smartphone, every laptop, every AI chip. And yet, silicon was never supposed to make it this far. For decades, the semiconductor industry was obsessed with making transistors smaller. And every new generation unlocked cheaper and more powerful computing. But eventually, we ran into something we couldn't shrink away. Physics. As transistors approached atomic dimensions, strange quantum effects start to appear. Like quantum tunneling, when electrons behave like waves, which means they can pass through barriers they were never supposed to cross. They actually started leaking into places they were never meant to be. And at the same time, every new generation...
And that can cause problems, because one, your power is leaking away. Two, your power could be showing up in places you don't want it showing up. And when we're talking about in nanometers, it doesn't take much to short out something.
became far more expensive and far more difficult to manufacture. It looked like the dead end. Yet every time engineers found another trick. First, transistors stopped being flat and became FinFETs. Then we figured that we can wrap the gate all the way around the channel, giving us gate-all-around architecture. And honestly, the result is breathtaking. You're looking at Intel's first 18A transistor.
Wow.
Those tiny horizontal bars are called nanosheets, and they are the pathways where electrons flow. These are only a few dozens nanometers wide. And they're engineered to switch faster while leaking less current. But it's getting even crazier if you look underneath. Those darker lines are so-called power via. Instead of delivering power through the crowded top of the chip, Intel routes it from the backside. And this is two of the hardest problems in modern chip making solved in the same device. You would think that there isn't much room left for new ideas. But the industry wasn't done. Now we are building CFETs. An attempt to build two transistors in the space of one, literally stacking one transistor on top of another. And after that comes even more stacking. If you've seen my episode on China's new scaling law and chip folding, you will know exactly where this story is heading. Every generation bought silicon a little bit more time, but eventually every trick runs out. And a couple of weeks ago, I was there when iMac presented it. A new chip roadmap all the way beyond 2040. This is the roadmap. The next decade looks familiar. 2nm class chips today, then the industry moves towards A7.
Okay, that puts things into perspective. Like angstroms are like, you start measuring angstroms in numbers of atoms in a line. That is crazy. And then we're going to be at 2 angstroms by 2041. Oh.
7 angstrom class technology around 2033, which will be a remarkable milestone. The first commercial introduction of CFET. But then something strange happens. Around 2041, silicon starts disappearing. Not from your laptop, but from the transistor itself. Because after decades of shrinking transistors, if silicon can't be made any thinner, the only option is a material that already is. Imagine taking a crystal and peeling it apart until only a single atomic layer remains. That's the promise of 2D semiconductors. The leading candidate is a material called molybdenum disulfide. It's made from one layer of molybdenum atoms sandwiched between 2 layers of sulfur atoms.
And it is not something that's terribly unknown, because molybdenum disulfide is currently used as a dry lubricant in a lot of mechanical stuff. You can literally get in a spray can. Unfortunately, I don't think you can spray it thin enough to get it a mono layer, but it's always nice to see something that's fairly common getting a new use.
3 atom layers in total. Now, before you ask, it isn't some exotic material. Molybdenum and sulfur are both relatively abundant elements. And the material itself is remarkable. It's just about half a nanometer thick. The semiconductor industry has spent decades trying to make silicon thinner. Molybdenum starts thin. That is its superpower. Because that gives engineers something they desperately want. Control. And the thinner the channel, the easier it is for the transistor gate to control the flow of electrons. And better control means smaller and more efficient chips. Here, you're looking at some of the world's first advanced 2D transistors, built by TSMC, ASML, and iMac, manufactured using EV lithography on a standard 300mm wafers. In other words, the world's leading chip makers have already started building the process.
So basically, for all you imperial people, those chips are about a foot across.
To make it real. And with every new prototype, the post-silicon era moves a little closer. Many people think this is just about making transistors smaller, but it's not. It's all about power. When the channel is only a few atoms thick, the transistor gains extraordinary control over the electrons flowing through it, and that means lower operating voltage. And in semiconductors, lower voltage is a huge deal. And for materials like molybdenum disulfide, we are targeting roughly half of operating voltage of modern devices.
Holy crap. Half the voltage? That's huge in terms of energy savings. Oh wow, that's I did not realize that little tidbit.
Which could translate into dramatically lower power consumption. Based on the published papers, these transistors have consumed up to 1,000 times less energy than comparable silicon devices. And that is why this story is way bigger than transistor scale.
So if the same device is using 1,000 times less, that scales spectacularly. The future of computing is looking more and more wild every passing day. Or at least every passing week.
Right now, AI is pushing the industry into an energy crisis. Data centers are becoming some of the largest consumers of electricity on the planet. The industry doesn't just need more computing, it needs more computing per watt. And that's exactly where atomically thin semiconductors could make a huge difference. But the story doesn't end there, because replacing silicon might be not the end goal. Building on top of it might be. Next, we will look at the first working processor built on this technology, and for the first time see what a post-silicon computer might actually look like. But before that, recently I've been using the Anker's Prime charger, the world's most compact one.
Now, I'm really excited to see superconducting processors. But unless we see a room temperature superconductor pop up sometime soon, you might be limited to using, I know they, in a previous one they were talking about a niobium, I think, material, which, given that it's down near liquid helium temperatures, it's not really that appealing. Next is, would be I think it's rare earth barium copper oxide, which usually yttrium barium copper oxide is the highest temperature and most commonly used. Right now we're seeing it being used in I think there's been a few power transmission projects that use it, where they're doing superconducting main power trunks, or I think New York was doing it. Could be wrong, but I think that was one of those projects. If you could somehow use that material in compute CPU logic, that would blow away molybdenum disulfide, or MOS2, or most. But the MOS2 could be implemented in this timeline fairly shortly, and it would be replacing silicone in pretty much everything, greatly increasing power efficiency. So maybe we could get back cell phones that last more than 12 hours. I personally wouldn't mind having a smartphone that would last a week, 2 days on one charge. That'd be great.
160 watt multi-port charger. And that got me thinking, is the original charger always the best fit? When I travel, I'm carrying 2 laptops, a phone, an iPad, camera batteries, and other accessories. Normally, that means several chargers and a mass of cables in my bag. The Anker Prime 160 watt replaces all of that with a single charger. It has 3 USB-C ports, so you can charge multiple devices at the same time. And if I need to power something demanding like my MacBook Pro laptop, it can deliver up to 140 watts from a single port. What's interesting is how Anker manages to pack all that power in such a compact device. The key technology is based on GaN, or gallium nitride. It wastes less energy as heat than traditional silicon. But what really matters is how Anker engineers it. With GaN Prime 2.0 and its MBUC architecture, Anker reduces inductor size to 1/4 of traditional designs. On top of that, Power IQ 5.0 intelligently balances power between connected devices, automatically reallocating unused wattage where it's needed most. And Active Shield 4.0 monitors temperature more than 10 million times per day to help prevent overheating. And the built-in display shows exactly how much power each connected device is drawing in real time. I travel a lot, and this one charger replaces for me a bag full of chargers. If you want to learn more, Anchor is running Ask Me Anchor Thing series. The link is below. But roadmaps.
Okay, I didn't realize Anchor was an actual legit outfit. I thought they were not one of these, well, rebranded or brand new sort of Chinese-owned sketchy shit. But that might be not a bad tool.
Are just plans. Building a working processor is something else entirely. And that's where the story gets interesting. For more than a decade, researchers were showing individual demonstrations, individual 2D transistors in labs. Always the question was obvious. Can you build a real computer with this material? And can it run Crysis? Now we have an answer.
That's still the benchmark, I guess. Because Crysis was a gorgeous game.
Have a look at this new chip from China. It's the world's most advanced processor built from a 2D semiconductor. The chip contains 6,000 transistors, each with a channel just 3 atoms thick, built from molybdenum disulfide. 6,000 transistors. Well, at the first glance, that sounds tiny and a bit disappointing, because a modern NVIDIA GPU like Rubin GPU contains over 300 billion transistors. But the legendary Intel's first microprocessor, the 4004, contained just 2,300 transistors. And unlike the 4004, whose transistors were measured in micrometers, the active material in this processor is only 3 atoms thick. But it's a real processor, built around open-source RISC-V architecture, so it can execute instructions, perform calculations, and run programs. For years, researchers showed individual...
Gotta start somewhere. 6,000, was it? And that's not a bad thing to sneeze at.
transistors. Now they're showing a working processor. And that changes the conversation. Because getting one transistor to work, to switch on and off, is difficult, but getting thousands of atomically thin transistors to work together is an entirely different challenge. When your semiconductor is only a few atoms thick, almost everything can go wrong. And yet, they reported a yield of 99%. In other words, almost every transistor worked, which...
That is a spectacular feat. Having a 1% failure rate, that's very, very good. That's very, very good.
Brings us to the real challenge. For years, the question was, can these atomically thin transistors work at all? Now the question is changed. Can this be manufactured at scale? Because that's where most silicon challengers failed. The transistor existed, the manufacturing process didn't, but that may finally starting to change. One of the companies attracting a lot of attention in this space is C-Dimension. Their focus isn't the transistor, it's the material. How do you grow atomically thin sheets of molybdenum disulfide across an entire wafer at industrial scale? That turns out to be one of the hardest challenges, standing between a lab and a mass-scale manufacturing. That may sound simple, but it isn't. Silicon has actually a 60-year head start. The industry knows how to grow enormous, nearly perfect silicon crystal ingots, slice them into wafers, and build billions of transistors on top. This process has been refined for years. But with 2D materials, we are starting from scratch. And molybdenum disulfide isn't a single element. It's a compound. Every molybdenum atom and every sulfur atom has to arrive in exactly the right place, at exactly the right time, across an entire wafer. Imagine painting a football field with a brush just one atom wide. That's the level of precision we are talking about. And then comes the real enemy, the grain boundaries. As the material grows, tiny crystals form independently. They expand outward, eventually they collide and defects appear. Think of a frozen lake. Ice forms in different directions, and where those patches meet, cracks appear. In the semiconductor, those
Okay, yeah. Weak points, defects, material that isn't even there, dislocations, all kinds of stuff that's most likely detrimental to the process.
weak points become defects. And for decades, silicon manufacturers learned how to eliminate them. 2D materials haven't. And that's exactly where many promising technologies have failed before. Not because the transistor didn't work, because the manufacturing never did. And C-Dimension believes it has a solution. And the basic idea is quite elegant. You flow gases containing molybdenum and sulfur across a silicon wafer. The atoms react on the surface and slowly assemble into a crystal only a few atoms thick. And the challenge here is the temperature, because traditional methods require temperatures close to 1000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to destroy the transistors already sitting underneath. C-Dimension claims it can do the same thing at around 200 degrees.
That is a huge drop. Not only more energy efficient, but a lot easier on the materials that you can use. So that opens up not just one new material, but a bunch more, potentially. You just have to wonder how much of this bottleneck is that they're trying to make currently the 7 nanometer or the 3 nanometer or whatever the nominal size is with the new material. I think we need to find a size point that is competitive with the increased efficiency, and then work our way back down the ladder to 7 nanometer or whatever.
Low enough that the silicon underneath survives, which opens the door to something much bigger. Because replacing silicon might be not the most interesting outcome, building on top of it might be. Now, for the first time, we are touching the idea of true monolithic 3D computing. You build a layer of silicon transistors, then a layer of 2D transistors on top, then another and another, like constructing a skyscraper with entire logic layers stacked vertically. And if you watched my previous episode about Chinese logic folding breakthrough, you're about to have an aha moment, because these are not two separate stories. It's two different attempts to solve exactly the same problem. For decades, the semiconductor industry improved chips by shrinking transistors. And eventually it started running out of room. So the industry began moving upward. The first step is CFAT, 2 transistors stacked on top of each other. Think of it as adding another floor to the transistor. The second step is what companies like Huawei and iMac and TSMC are exploring by stacking logic using hybrid bonding. Instead of stacking transistors, you manufacture multiple silicon layers separately and then connect them with millions of tiny vertical links. That's what made Huawei's result so interesting. But monolithic 3D goes one step further. Instead of building 2 separate logic dies and stacking them together, you build the transistor layers directly on top of each other from the beginning, layer by layer inside a single chip. Basically, you have no bonding interface, just one monolithic 3D chip. If CFAT adds another floor to the transistor and logic folding adds another floor to the chip, in monolithic 3D approach we are building the entire skyscraper tower with shorter connections and far less energy wasted moving data around. That's why Intel, TSMC and the entire chip industry watching it so closely. Not because this material is better than silicon, but because this is a potential path forward when traditional scaling finally runs out of road. And that's why so many researchers see it as the end game. And this race is bigger than a single material. Today, a lot of attention goes to molybdenum disulfide, but it isn't a single 2D material. It isn't running alone. Research labs, including IMEC, are also looking into materials such as tungsten disulfide and tungsten diselenide. Think of
Ooh, what? Diselenide, huh? Hadn't heard of that one. I think I've heard of the tungsten disulfide being a candidate.
them as members of the same family. Each has slightly different electrical properties. Some are better at carrying electrons, others are better at carrying the positive charge. But modern chips need both. So the future may not belong to a single material, but to a family of atomically thin materials working together. If we look 15
And material costs are, if you go that route, go way down in a hurry. Because God knows we've got an overabundance of sulfur just looking for a place to be used. Like, in very pure sulfur. Like, we're constantly pulling it out of our hydrocarbon supply. Because, well, carbon going into the atmosphere is not great for us. That's where you get your acid rain, and that's something we should try and avoid as much as possible. But the downside is we've got piles and piles and piles of sulfur just sitting around or destined for a landfill somewhere because we got nothing else to do with it. But if we find something else to do with it, that'd help. And also, you don't have to look for ultra high purity silicate, ultra high purity silicate to make your ultra high purity silicone on. You could use maybe a lower grade of silicone. Silicon is the plastic. Silicon is the semi-metal. But you could use a lower grade of that because you're going to be running power through it. You're going to be running power through the molybdenum or the disulfide or diselenide in the other case. And, well, I think selenium is also a fairly abundant material. And when we're talking about these kinds of scales, like a kilogram of each would go a very long way. And molybdenum is not an uncommon material either. So your material cost for all this stuff is going to drop significantly. It's just the manufacturing cost is going to probably remain high at the chip end.
years ahead. The first 2D semiconductors probably won't appear inside the CPU or GPU of your next laptop. New technology rarely arrives right at the top. Usually, it earns its place step by step. The first commercial applications will be likely much smaller, like RF switches for future 6G networks, photonics, or MEMS devices, because these applications are easier proving grounds and they don't need billions of perfect transistors. They can benefit from the material much earlier. That is how many new technologies enter the market. First in specialized applications, and only later at the heart of mainstream computing. It may sound slow, but the history suggests otherwise. Every new breakthrough in semiconductors looked immature at first. Silicon photonics, superfins, EUV lithography, all of them spent years in what engineers call the valley of death. And yet, we eventually made them work. And that's why I find this moment so fascinating, because we are witnessing the first steps into the post-silicon era, the moment the industry is seriously preparing for the life after silicon. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your friend, and now watch this one where I explain a disruptive technology which will allow us to shrink an AI data center to the size of a shoebox. Or this one where I explain...
You covered that one earlier? I think I put it up. Yeah, I did put it up. Not many people watched it.
Chinese logic folding, and a new tau scaling law, and why the future of computing is vertical. Love you guys, and I'm gonna see you there. Ciao.
Okay. So a little bit of machining, a little bit of computing. And we're going to do a little bit of leaflet. I'm going to watch a bit of last night's VOD. Because there's something I wanted to watch her and Rana to react to, but I ran out of gas and had to go to bed. So we'll pull up her old VOD, or last night's VOD, and I think I found it. So Leaflit in so I think a month ago, somebody was doing well, maybe we can get Tip in on here too. Anyways, Leaflit started a contest for AI generated art, music videos, stuff like that, based in her Lyrian Chronicles setting for the Angel Sword RPG. And as a protest for another AI contest that got kiboshed by all the antis. And this is the entry by a group of the Holy Ball, Keen En, and several others. Who keeps messaging me. And they made a full-length anime episode based in using their characters based in the Lyrian Chronicles world. Just give me a couple minutes. Let me see if I can drag Tip away from another game and see if he wants to come and stream. Okay, it looks like we might be able to get him in here. Anyways, this Holy Ball, this crew, they did an awesome job at like full-length things. So it took them a while. It probably cost them quite a few tokens, but I think they did a pretty decent job of it. Good evening. How's the celebration going? Well, nobody should give a shit what they say in The Hague. Yeah. She hot one? Was she a hot one today? Holy shit. Yeah, that's toasty. It's been kind of off and on rainy. We had hail up on my end of things earlier today. Light thunder and lightning. Yeah, it did. About 11:30 it started coming down too. So anyways, like I said, I'm about to react to something react to Leaf reacting to something neat. No, I'm still running through Veto. So, okay. Yeah, I went with a more of a mature one as well. Just to see if I could, if the chibi wasn't pulling a certain amount of people. But yeah, talking Foogies, have you seen what Leaf has been doing? Right. Application audio. No, I need to include Discord into the thing. And what? Hey, why is Discord not working? Keep getting alerts and not knowing where stuff's coming from. Okay, that's there. Okay, can you say something on? Yeah, no, you're not coming through. You might need turn it off and on again. Oh, there it goes. Nope, still not working. Right now?
Okay.
There you go.
Test.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now I'm getting an echo. So, oh wait, because I've got the monitor on. Okay, one more time.
Test.
Okay, I'm not hearing a double echo. I'm pretty sure And stream is good. Okay, so once more, welcome Tip of Gungnir to the stream.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a great 4th of July.
Yeah.
Got to shoot an M240 from the back of a technical, played with some FRTs, and shot some actual mortars out of a tube.
Okay, jealousy peaked.
We just need to turn your provinces into sovereign nations, also known as states.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We need to steal you freedom-loving Canadians from the communists in Ottawa.
Yes, very much yes. Even if we don't
love you people.
Even if we don't become states, because let's be honest, even if we do escape from Ottawa, there's still going to be an awful lot of liberal dipshits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, if we could become our own republic, we'll take BC, sans Lower Mainland, Alberta, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Saskatchewan. We'll make our own little country. Well, actually, we wouldn't be a very little country. We'd still be like...
You would be in the top 20.
Top 20 for sure.
Yeah. You wouldn't be as large as China or Brazil, but you would be up there.
We'd still be top 10.
Yeah. It would be about the same size as the rest of Canada would have been. The new republic would be. And that would be glorious. I would love to go there and visit the new Canadian Republic of freedom-loving peoples and play with guns with you.
And then you'd have to watch out because we got all the resources and we got a lot of smart people. We get that monkey off our back that is called Ottawa. Holy shit, we could get stuff done.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of stuff done and make a lot of progress. You wouldn't be getting exploited to the degree that you are now.
Like launching rockets off the shield. That's the goal.
Yeah. At the risk of sounding like a communist, you guys need to seize your own production from the jackasses in Ottawa because they are milking you dry and not letting you reach your full potential.
Yep. Yeah, I've been trolling through X a lot lately, and a couple of people have, a workshop in mediocrity. And yeah, that's pretty much what we've been since the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Like, you Yanks haven't helped us out several times, but a lot of it is more of our fault.
Hey, if y'all need some technicals and 240 Bravos, we'd be happy to help.
So I think we got a better line on the technicals than you do.
Oh yeah, you guys get the new Toyotas and the K cars.
Yeah.
We got to wait 25 years to get any of that.
I thought Trump had changed that.
So Trump didn't get rid of CAFE standards. What he did was made it a 0% tax.
Oh, okay.
It means as soon as someone else gets into office, they can change that. We still can't import brand new JDMs. And we're still having a hard time getting that little Toyota flatbed, the little modular one.
Yeah.
We're trying to get that into the States for about $12,000, maybe $13,000 to start.
That would wipe out pretty much GM, Ford. Well, maybe not wipe them out, but it would kick them in the pants. That's exactly
why I think we're not able to get them. I think we got lobbyists.
Oh, for sure.
The American motor companies, and they are super anti-consumerist, and they are terrified of the Japanese doing what they did again in the 70s.
Yeah. Gonna have to watch. I think Fat Electrician had something on that, and it was something about chicken. You can't have a K truck because of chicken. So,
a brief synopsis on that. I learned about this way before the Fat Electrician did a video of it. Lyndon B. Johnson, while he was in office, the Europeans were saying, oh, wow, your chicken production is through the roof and European chickens can't compete.
Yeah.
So we're putting a tariffs on your chickens here in Europe. And Lyndon B. Johnson is looking at the specifically the Volkswagen microbus.
Okay.
But anything small like that, we have not been able to get the small VWs, and such here because of that. Lyndon B. Johnson put a tariff on that, and that tariff has held. And we've been getting screwed. The American consumer is getting destroyed by that. And now that you can't even buy a small truck, the smallest you can get is like the Ford Maverick, which is the size of its full-size pickup from the 90s.
Yeah.
This small truck is a full-size truck.
And that's because of the cafe standards.
Cafe plus chicken tax.
Yeah.
So because of the chicken tax, we're not getting competition. So GM and Ford and Dodge are saying, well, we don't have any competition, so we don't need to make this. We can make whatever we want, and you are going to be forced to buy it. Screw you guys.
Yeah. And Canada's stuck in the cleft too, because, well, in comparison to the States, we have fuck all for population.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much what you guys get stuck with, we get stuck with. We can't afford to develop our own stuff.
A mutual friend of ours once called Canada America's hat. Basically, wherever America goes, Canada kind of follows.
Yeah.
To a degree. It's not in the same location, but it's in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
So when we get screwed, you guys get screwed. And sometimes you guys get screwed even harder.
Yeah. Well, and then we too
so much about that from you guys.
Yeah. We too had the bright idea of tariffing the shit out of American products to protect Canadian products.
Uh-huh.
So like our dairy, I think we charge like a 250% tariff on imported dairy products over a certain amount.
Uh-huh.
All to make sure that the dairy farmers in Quebec can maintain a high price on their product.
Yeah. And the worst part about that is that so we're getting double dipped. When our countries impose tariffs, they're not doing away with their income taxes. We're paying taxes twice, more than twice, because we also have sales tax. We're the ones paying the corporations because they're not taking the hit. The only thing that they're taking hits on is number of sales.
Yeah.
They're not paying the tariffs. We are. It is dog shit.
Yeah. And on top of things up here, so we've got those huge ass tariffs on American dairy. We also have it's pretty much a mafia. They call it, what do they call it? Supply management.
Okay.
Big ass air quotes on there. But basically there is, for dairy, there is a set quota that a dairy farmer can produce over a month or a year or whatever the time frame is.
Oh.
So, and this pisses me right off, especially at a time like now where stuff like Ozempic is causing stuff like protein powder, whey, to dry up on the shelves a lot faster.
Uh-huh.
Our dairy farmers they've got no choice. They have to dump excess milk.
Oh.
So it can't go into making cheese or protein powder or a myriad of other dairy-based products. They have to dump it out. They have to flush it down the sewer or spread it out on the fields as a wet fertilizer.
Uh-huh. Which smells awful.
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah, I grew up on a dairy farm. It does not smell good.
Yeah. All because those greedy fuckers in Quebec don't want to compete with anybody.
Yeah. That's not capitalism.
Yeah. And that goes back to fucking Laurier 100 and something years ago.
Okay.
And, well, it's a racket. Any racket will stick around as long as it's getting fed.
Emergency measures last forever.
There ain't nothing.
Income taxes. Go ahead.
There ain't nothing more permanent than a temporary solution.
Yep. Income taxes in the U.S., they were supposed to be temporary. They were supposed to be during wartime. And then they were supposed to go away.
Yeah. I think
I'm still paying them.
It was the same in Canada. But again, free money, you're not going to leave that on the table.
Nope.
And I don't think, so I'm not entirely sure how high, if the tariffs were always that high, or if they increased through the 50s because of what the U.S. was doing with their dairy program.
Oh, yeah. The dairy program in the U.S. exploded in the 50s.
Yeah, you guys subsidized the shit out of that. When you've got how many billions of pounds of cheese chilling in caves across the country?
Yep.
I have no doubt that the fucking Quebecois saw that and said, Ottawa, increase the tariffs. We do not want to get fucked by the Americans.
Yeah, instead of finding a way to compete or winning hearts and minds with your local population, saying, hey, you can buy American for cheaper, but if you want to keep our farmers and jobs, you buy local.
Yeah.
And there's so many people willing to do that.
Or they could even
take
the whole track of our stuff is higher quality than the American stuff.
It doesn't have all the hormones that the Americans are pumping into their stuff. Because we had that bad in the 50s and 70s and 80s. And even in the early 2000s, we're finally starting to get away from that a little bit.
Well, because again, a huge subsidy. Like that subsidy made dairy viable in the States as a essentially a monocrop. Where I think prior to that, a lot of dairy was mixed.
It's kind of like corn.
Yeah.
Corn in the States is that way too. It's like, oh, we have all this corn. Let's use it for everything. Oh, don't worry. It's not like everyone will get diabetes and all sorts of
corn
ailments
syrup.
from corn syrup.
Ethanol was another one there for a while. I'm not sure if that subsidy went away or if it's still going. But that's one of those things that seems to flip-flop depending on who's in the administration.
Yeah.
If it's a Democrat, they're going to be pushing that blended fuel bullshit. And if it's a Republican, they're going to be trying to get rid of said blended fuel bullshit.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter what state you live in either. With the federal governments, you don't even see where your corn product goes.
Yeah.
You load it into a silo. It goes on a train. You have no idea what it's going to be turned into. Yeah.
And sadly, I think that's any kind of agricultural product at this point.
A lot of them.
Maybe Britain is a little more transparent in that regard.
A little more. They have a lot of the local farm shops.
Yeah.
And Idaho has a little bit of that too. When I lived in Idaho, there was a lot of local shops at the farms or farmers market year round selling dairy and potatoes and things like that. And on top of that, even at Walmart's, you would be able to buy Idaho dairy. It wasn't necessarily local. If you lived in Boise,
but
you might not be getting local dairy from Boise area. But it was within the state, correct? And that at least is kind of regional, at least.
Yeah, like in our grocery stores,
don't have that at all.
We funnily enough, there's a corn farm kind of down the road from me, and they grow some really good corn. But they've got it set up so that you can either go out and pick it yourself. I'm pretty sure our local grocery stores bring it in too. When it's in season. But other than that, we do have a farmer's market, but really that farm is, I don't think it's most certainly not anywhere near a scale as like an Idaho or a Iowa corn farm.
Yeah, probably not.
It's just a little little patch of ground beside the river that gets hot enough to grow corn.
Yeah.
Although
we have some of those, some small family farms that still exist. It's basically subsistence farming that they get for a little extra income, and a lot of times it's similar to that. It's either you pick or they pick, and they put it in a shed, and it's based on the honor system, and they just make a little extra money. They pay some of their mortgage off, or they pay their power bill with that. They're not making a living off of it.
Maybe make enough to pay for the seed and fertilizer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now that I think about it, there are a few places that grow corn. So the one I'm talking about is roughly to the south of me, and then there's another one on a Indian reserve out west, and like right down by the river. I had to go fight fire out there a couple of years ago, so driving by it, and that doesn't look like hay. That doesn't look like wheat. Is that corn? It looked kind of like corn, so that's what I'm going with. It was tall.
Yeah.
Not much grows as tall as corn.
Yeah, not a lot of things. Trying to think what does grow over someone's head the way corn does, other than corn.
Sugar cane is about the only thing I can think of, or hemp.
Hemp, sugar cane.
But hemp is a lot more leafy.
Oranges do, but we don't have that.
Yeah.
In my neck of the woods, that's California.
They don't grow, and oranges grow on trees too. Or at least I'm pretty sure they grow on trees. Yeah, no, they grow on trees because my mom has an orange tree.
Okay.
That's like one, maybe two oranges out of it every year, but it's an indoor thing. So
grapes and olives do. Grapes and olives grow pretty high, but in a different way. They're vining.
Yeah, so you need to have trellises and stuff to hang it off of.
Yeah, you can totally grow grapes and olives to only be 3 feet tall if you just want to go low to the ground trellises.
You could actually
it's not necessarily taller than corn.
You could grow a lot of fruit trees that way too. There's a whole method of farming to do that. Mm-hmm. It's all in how you prune them.
Yeah. A lot of kiwi trees are that way. We have a kiwi tree in our sunroom.
Oh, okay.
And it's about 5 feet tall. We keep it pruned, otherwise it grows itself to death.
Okay. Well, you probably have it in a pot, so
it is in a pot.
Doesn't have the same nutrient draw as it's in the ground proper.
Yeah. And our ground is not set up for kiwi trees.
I don't think
you're really set up for anything.
I don't think your climate is set up for kiwi trees.
Definitely not.
Remember, because kiwis are mostly found down around like New Zealand or something, isn't there? Isn't that?
Yeah. Southern states could grow kiwis outside if they have water.
Yeah.
But
they definitely look like a jungle fruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ours is producing a little bit. They're making they're called mini kiwis.
Okay.
They're not much bigger than a really large grape, but they're super sweet.
Yeah. Well, you just need to set up a hydroponic setup on that thing.
Yeah.
Automated fertilizer, make sure the suckers get enough water.
Yeah, right now we're just filling it up with water from the tap, and then I have a little soil tester.
Yeah. Chlorinated water?
Ours is not chlorinated.
Okay. Chlorinated?
Yeah, we don't have fluorine or chlorine. That's mostly in the larger cities. Our water's pretty clean.
That's pretty good.
It's got a few additives in it, mostly due because a lot of groundwater even.
Yeah.
You often get things like what was arsenic, I think. Small amounts, but enough to be harmful over time. And they do treat it for things like that.
Yeah. Well, I know I got calcium.
Oh yeah, we got lots of calcium here.
Calcium at 500 parts per million or whatever.
Yeah. If you let your water evaporate here, you'll just end up with calcium deposits in the bottom of your glass. I imagine.
Pretty much.
Similar there.
I canned something. Like first year I was in this place, I canned something, and as soon as I pulled the can out of the water bath, it was just coated in a fine white powder.
Hey, that's how you end up with kids with strong bones.
If that's the kind of calcium it is. Also, how you end up with kidney stones.
Kidney stones and cancers and stuff, because other things can bond to those calciums.
Yeah. Well, anyways, now that we've had a wonderful tangent down the path of agriculture and tariffs, let me fire up screen share in here.
All right.
How's it looking on your end?
It is up.
Okay.
Sure, sounds on.
So, okay. So,
I love Leaf's get up today.
That is one of her new foogies.
Yeah.
That was just, it's like, okay. So she goes off. She was using one of the foogie that she had the previous night.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes through how she made it. She made Rana's.
Okay.
And then she goes off, takes a break, comes back and pops up with this in like 5-10 minutes. And it's so like she's got the gun there, but she's also got a second emote where she pulls out two guns and shoots them in the air. Like, and she's showcasing she's showcasing this tool. It's like public use when, because it's an internal tool that she's made.
Oh, okay, that's a good internal tool.
Yeah, she's
it's funny.
She's rocking with her AI stuff.
Yeah, and she's definitely got the work down to a science. She was talking about how she was on break and then she came back and had that gun.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she's like, oh, I don't own any revolvers.
Yeah.
I just really like revolvers and they're very American. And then she goes off on a tangent about how she has a 1911 that she got for free at her gun range. I'm like, where is this gun range? Can I have free 1911? I need to go talk to my gun range and say, some gun ranges give out 1911s. Can I have? You don't have to give me a 1911. Can I have a FRT instead?
Where can I put my foogie? I'll put it over by you. There we go. And I can get rid of this. There. Getting one too many things going on. But I'm looking forward to when she releases that tool.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm definitely wanting to upgrade.
Oh yeah, I want to upgrade too. Mine's kind of rough. I got a better one in the works, but I haven't been too motivated to work on it.
Trying to get us slightly out of the frame so that we're not covering everything up.
Yeah, it doesn't help that mine is freaking massive.
Well, I could change that. Yoop. There. That's a little bit better.
Very nice.
Okay, so I think last month there was some game. I can't quite remember what it was. I think it was like Party Animals or something like that.
Okay.
They put out a thing where we want to do an AI art contest.
Okay.
So it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And of course, the anti-AI folks came out in force and pretty much put a kibosh to that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
To like, oh, it's AI isn't art. You shouldn't be doing art.
AI is totally art. Just go and make art with AI and look at the slop it comes out with, and then look at how much time and effort goes into making something good.
Yeah.
It is a different kind of art, and it is not the same as original art, but it is still art.
But like, that's what these people don't get or don't want to get, which ultimately is their loss.
I totally get not wanting to have AI just proliferated in your video games. I get that.
Yeah.
At the same time, with AI, they're able to get the art done quick. They're able to come up with concepts. They're able to get inspired, and they're able to come out with something really freaking cool and off the wall that they would take large art team to so much time.
Yeah. And like, well, that's why we're looking at like GTA 6 has been in development for what, 16 years? Has a projected budget of $1 billion.
Yeah.
And that's all people like. You will never know what they touched, but they're still getting a $30 an hour paycheck for it.
A lot of those people are bureaucrats. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Rockstar Studios could gut their team. It's probably come out with a better they could probably go the Valve route.
Oh, I'm
come out
pretty.
with a great product.
At this point, every AAA studio could do the same thing. Bungie could have done the same thing. Should have done the same thing.
Absolutely.
A lot sooner.
Ubisoft should have too.
Yeah.
Like over 20,000 people in their combined studios at one point. Ridiculous.
Oh, shit. Like 800 people is way too many people working on one project.
I've been playing a game called Gray Zone Warfare, and it's made by a small team. Not tiny, but a smaller end.
Yeah.
A couple hundred. And it blows most AAA games away. And we've been seeing how AA teams are blowing AAA out of the water.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure at least 2 of those people on the Gray Zone Warfare team are gun autistic.
Yeah.
Like, they make train autists look level.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised they don't have it to the point where it's like you can change the screws in the trigger group.
That would be awesome. I would love to get into the weeds on that. Just oh no! I suddenly my game became what is that game that references Larry Curie all the time? Machine Gun Tycoon or something like that.
Machine Gun Tycoon. I know there's a Gunsmith Simulator.
That one. I love how they reference Larry Correa in their messaging.
I did not know that.
Yeah, in their in-game messages, it's talking about it's a different name. They changed a couple of the letters around. It's totally Larry Correa. they're referencing him. I'm like, oh, awesome!
I might need to jump onto my dad's copy for this because I was totally unaware. But it's an actual helpful game.
Yeah.
There's been a couple times where
it'll teach you a lot about gunsmithing, the basics of it.
Yeah.
And then YouTube videos will get you the rest of the way there.
Or they used to.
There's still some of the older ones that will.
Yeah.
When I worked on my M14 and stuck my scope mount on it and learned how to grease it and such.
Yeah.
It was a very helpful tool, but those videos are 12 years old.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of those guys have no clue or interest in doing anything properly. I've found stuff where it's like the only example I can find, and it's like the lighting is dog shit. The guy takes forever to get to the point. And the fat fingers are over top of the one part that I need to figure out where it needs to go.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be hindrance, and sometimes they do it wrong. I'm looking at what they're doing. I'm going, I know enough about gunsmithing to know this is not a helpful video.
Yeah.
I hope that no one's blown up their gun trying to do this.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a longish video, so let's get to it.
Okay.
Okay, so this was an entry by a coalition of Skybros creators.
Okay.
The Holy Ball, Nightwave Fantasy, Keen EN, Louisverse Cinematics, also known as Lady Wasabi, I think.
Okay.
Occultist Noticia? Occultist Noticia? And
Your
General,
guess is as good as mine.
yeah, and General Gravy. And they together they made a 31.5-minute anime pilot.
Oh. That's cool.
Like Keen has been on X saying, "This isn't the only one. This is the pilot." So I think they want to they want to keep going on this. And I wanted to watch Leaf and Rana react to this last night, but I ran out of gas because it was about 1:30. No, it was closer to 2:00 my time when they were still. Leaf was trying to build Banana Juju another one of her custom Fugies.
Okay.
So it was taking a little while to get here.
Fuck more. That's why he was asking about what do we do.
Yeah.
It's a group project.
Yeah. All right, let's watch this. Oh man, it's got gravy and everything. Oh, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah, I've been watching their
So I think
games.
Gravy
How
is
do they-
one of Leaf's friends
Okay.
and a long-time Angel Sword player. I think.
So I gotta say, this intro looks better than some of the intros I've seen in anime. And I've only seen 10 seconds of it. There's some good work in here.
Yeah, they did a spectacular job between the six of them. To be fair, they probably needed 6 of them just for burning the tokens.
Yeah.
Going, by the way, their games.
They're going great. They're all learning. It's
Yeah,
great.
honestly, it was because of them that I made the tutorial, right? Like when I was like watching the combat stuff, I was like, I can make it easier for people to understand like the game because it's pretty hard, right? So it was kind of really what am I trying to say? It really spurred me to work on it right away. Actually, I don't even think this thing generates if it's off tab.
Okay,
Let me get to the next phase
I've
first.
left
and
at
watch
just this point.
I do want
Okay.
to have quite some time to watch it.
And
Okay.
Juju was using that Fugi
Tail.
today
What do you think?
Okay.
on her stream. Those
Wow,
Fugis,
she grabs her tail and everything.
yeah,
I think it'd be fun if she
cute.
played with her tail a little bit. Yeah?
these look so
The
good.
key's a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's kind of fine. It can't really tell. You're not going to be able to tell
Yeah.
when it's smaller. Right.
The hair moves around a little bit. The stuff
Right,
held back.
yeah,
Did you say tail? Bro, what is wrong with you? What the fuck do you mean tail jacking? What the fuck,
Okay.
man? What the fuck? What is that?
Gonna tail jack while doing a combat jack.
What is that even?
You don't want to know, Leaf. You don't want to know. You don't want to know what happens in the porta potty at 2 a.m.
I don't get to see the Twitch side very often, but this from the Centaur Peepee woman?
Centaur peepee.
Oh, her setting has some very interesting stuff going on.
Okay. Never go full tail pulling.
Yeah, she's had to do some stuff with making the narrative work. Okay, but we're not here to watch her make a glorious Fugi for Juju. We're here to react to this anime.
Yeah. The lighting looks good.
Are they all gonna get isekai'd?
She has 10 toes.
Wait.
She has 10 toes and she looks like she's walking correctly.
Yeah.
This is good AR art.
That's literally what I was wearing last night.
Like rainbow caustics in the right spots, like
The water's flowing correctly. Sometimes AI can be hard to make do that.
I use moccasins.
yeah. Where people are driving their bikes in the right direction.
Do that croissant lesson.
You know, there's cuts where they were going wrong or facing the wrong way while pedaling correctly.
In Japan, they're the best.
Like I know I've tried to do some stuff. I want to do a thing where it's like a Humvee racing towards an LZ, and an F-22 comes over top to bomb something ahead of them. But the generation is like they're driving backwards, and then like so they're driving backwards. The fighter comes in over top of them, but it's nothing like an F-22. It's some kind of like weird four-winged morphing thing.
Oh yeah.
Like okay, yeah.
So come on, AI. This is very much a public domain fighter craft. How is it so hard to make? And it's not even the shape of it isn't even that complex from a art.
Yeah, no.
Standing.
The AI makes it more complex.
Yeah, they make something that shouldn't be able to fly sometimes.
Yeah. I'll pull that up later and show it off. It's bad.
Okay.
Anyways, on with this.
Favorite.
Okay.
Like the ones like not in like those big cities.
What's that flickering going on?
There's a whole ass anime. What the fuck? This is crazy.
A little leaflet doll.
Oh my god. Classic.
I wonder if this is on her side of the thing.
There was like multiple that were like 30 minutes long.
でもフライパンは一つあれば十分なんだよね。でも買ったらもう一つついてくるし、料理もっと上手になりたいな。
Do you want me to like make it smaller so that people can see all the?
You always need a second frying pan.
And then I could
eventually the Teflon wears off, or you get stuff.
Move to the other side.
Enough carbon build up on the bottom, and it just doesn't clean right.
Yeah. Even if it isn't Teflon.
We're blocking the sub.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better if it's not Teflon.
Carbon steel, I guess, is the new hotness.
Yeah. Way less toxic.
Oh, a criminal.
And it will season up like cast iron.
Okay.
It's a lot of criminals.
Time to take notes.
Isekai, classic.
This is what the IAB is for.
This is what the IAB is for.
Oh no, not the tentacle board.
I love how like she just has a badass sword on summon.
Yeah. It's like what you get in level 80 in an MMORPG.
Yeah.
She's got it.
Magical
Full
girl
combat.
transformation.
Yo, that's illegal. We got some criminals here.
それでは失敗。
I feel like people are about to get
マ
beat to
ナ
death
コ
by
ストが
frying
高い
pans.
にもかかわらず儀式は不正確です。何十個もあるみたいです。その女を処理しろ。
Processor, huh?
If you got a failed summon, you may as well use it as a sacrifice for another summon.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Dude, this is like some interdimensional criminals here. Fun fact in the lore, if you didn't know, this is actually what Asari prevents in her job.
No.
Asari hunts these people.
Yeah.
Asari's the anti-isekai character, I guess. I cast iron. No, I cast iron.
Night, Jafar.
Long.
When you corner the culinary and you think you've won. And you forgot to take her frying pan.
Yeah, iron doesn't affect magic at all, especially when they got those sigils in the middle. No, it'll be fine.
Did they get separated at the beginning?
Not keen.
Ominous darkness.
This is pretty awesome so far. It's really cool.
Night away. Ball.
I like how Hoerball is literally a ball head. It's actually kind of cool. He's literally a holy ball. I know. Are these cool, Rognar? Dude, I gotta add the patch for all this shit, you know? That'd be so cool. We've been meaning to do the human split
Oh
thing.
man. Some of the fine details in this.
Yeah. You gotta wonder how they managed some of this.
I imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if they animated the...
Like, all these people, well, Holy Ball for sure has been doing some solid work in the AI gen stuff. I think they all have. I only know of Holy Ball because he's put out some music videos. Oh, my stream did something funky. You still there? Still there, Tip?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Oh, looks like connection was lost in the stream.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a Rumble side thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back. At least on one thing.
Yeah, Kick is still having a hard time. It's still saying connection lost. I'm trying to retry.
Don't retry it on Kick. Refresh your browser.
Gotcha. Refreshing browser.
Because for some reason, Kick doesn't like refreshing.
Good to know.
By itself. I've had to deal with it enough that I'm starting to figure out what the problems are.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to it.
お前は何ができる?
ずっと逆さずりなんだぞ。お前は何ができるんだ?
Did it work, Juju, by the way, the thing? The Fugi?
お前、できるなら最初からやれ。今できるようになった。
Should really look more at the at this game just to figure out what all they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, this kind of reminded me of that Arcane show on Netflix. Where without the context, you have no idea what's going on.
Make anime like this is insane, actually, like crazy.
What was that she was saying?
I love it.
The other thing that's rough about Kick is you can't scroll back precisely. You're either doing like a second or 2 minutes, and there's no in between.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
Dude, Sea Dance 2.5 is gonna have 30-second gens. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, that's gonna be big. 30-second gens?
The thing that they really need is like a thing where you can just put like a voice line in and it just like does it. It does the animation to that voice line would be crazy.
どこなの？
草原と森に見えるの。
それは見ればわかる。
怒らなくてもいいだろう。
She's like, no shit, Sherlock. Bear tracks.
These back feet.
Yeah. Damn, this looks good.
Dude, this is such anime music for this kind of scene. It's actually
Yeah, it's making
so
me
real.
wanna.
Yeah, the music's getting me super into it.
I've had some things cooking.
What's up? He's trying.
As if they had they all looked normal, like were actual like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turned into their avatars when they got here.
That would have been really cool.
And then there's that.
違ったみたいな。
Pretty sure he, when he was pushing on it, his feet were going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was probably like a 4 in the morning. He genned it like 2,700 times, running low on credits, and just went, "Oh, this is the best looking thing. Fuck it."
It's like, I'm out of tokens, guys.
Yeah.
Is this good enough? Please tell me it's good enough. I can't handle another gen of this scene.
Yeah.
There's like, let's call it a night. We'll come back at it again at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the great things about AI right now, and like because it was so janky, that you can forgive some of the jank every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got ourselves like a real Rust player over there. And it's like,
God, I wish I could chop a log that in one hit.
Against the grain.
ナイトウェド。何してるんだ。
違うの。
魔法の練習をしていた。全然わからん。二人とも休める時に休むのは悪くない。でも魔法は急には覚えられないだろ。
Big old handle, teeny tiny blade.
何か見つかったか。
I always figured it was like a magic sword, like a lightsaber sort of deal going on.
Oh, that could be cool if it extended.
そうね。これ以上探しても仕方ない。
ボール、ほら。
Yeah, wizard staff.
Oh, it's like a projectile weapon.
Yeah.
異世界転移だ。そうとしか思えない。ボルテックス。
今はそこまで重要じゃない。
いいね。
使えそうなものを集めて、早く移動した方がいい。
Get the loot.
ここはキャンプだった。人がいた。戻ってくるかもしれない。味方か敵かもわからない。
移動か。俺たちが初心者エリアにいるだけかもしれない。それか、俺たちがレベル1で、 ここが P/P エリアかもしれない。逆かもしれんぞ。外の草原や森が
Dude, everywhere's a PvP area in there.
でも何かするしかないな。
You got PvP to Africa. You got Isekai to Africa. PvP to Peak.
リーダー気取り？
気取りじゃない。リーダーだ。そして私は大魔導士。
ただの壁破壊係。失礼な。
失礼な。魔法使いボール様だ。
壁を壊しただけでしょ。
だけとはなんだ。おかしい。
This is an actual session. Oh.
I'm getting the impression that this world nighttime is really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Minecraft, but super killed up.
Yeah. Like magic frickin' wolves. I think everything bad comes out at night.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the fight from the session?
They literally fought Fey Wolves.
Dude, Fey Wolves are so annoying.
Bad dog, sit.
I wonder if like she's something like a barrier
She
mage.
Asher?
That's what it looks like.
Oh.
Or battle mage.
I think she's in Pony too. She did a gravity pull.
That's a really, really
That
annoying
saliva
enemy
looks
to fight for the first fight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That would be an annoying enemy. It's like, hey,
Any enemy
you're
that
level
can
1.
teleport
We're going to give
or,
you
like,
two level 20
sidestep
enemies.
is really annoying.
Yeah. Well, I guess they teleport. So that's all kinds of fun. Like, I kind of want to play this game. I just don't want to run it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's ulting.
Cast iron.
The rest of the team has appeared, I think.
Culinarian.
Oh, was she culinarian?
I don't know. I just assumed. I didn't.
Physics too.
I wasn't fully locked in on this, but I remember the Fey Wolf fight.
That's actually a real build.
Frying Pan Master.
That's hilarious.
Hands are too OP.
あなたは大丈夫？怪我してない？旅人よ。
フライパンで？
どうしたの？して使いやすいから変だった。
待って、二刀流フライパン？
大変！怪我してる！ちょっと待ってね。歩道があるから。
Technically real build too.
Like Rapunzel from Tangled.
We have eye catches.
Fast striking style that blends pistol fire,
Oh my god,
martial
is this an
movement,
ad?
and fearless close range pressure.
Oh my
Stop the
god,
enemies
that's
from
so
range,
awesome.
Slide through the front line. Then finish the fight before they can.
I think it's one thing that Leaf has definitely done a lot of work on for this is the gunplay.
Yeah.
There is actual gunplay mechanics, and the whole range attack system is very set up for firearms.
Okay.
So
On the subject of firearms, AI is getting better at making those.
Well, there's the AI is getting better, and people are coming up with more techniques to work around the flaws of AI. So, like with this, there's probably a character sheet just for that gun with images from all the pertinent angles.
Yeah, some of these better AIs, you're able to add reference images like that, and that makes it way easier to work with.
And it works. It works for some things. I think guns have probably gotten a lot of training done on them because, well, guns are prevalent within the culture and prevalent within movies and stuff. I know aircraft, at least more obscure aircraft, not as easily worked with.
Yeah,
I tried doing that with the Avro Arrow, and like I got multiple pictures that I could get, but like it would keep doing stuff where like the in tanks would become triangular, or they're rectangular on the actual thing. It shrunk down the wings and stuff. Like I'm not, and this is grok, so grok can be.
Yeah.
It's not the best. It's not the worst.
It's definitely not the best for art.
Yeah. Apparently, it's not great for coding either.
Yeah. Isn't Claude one of the better coding ones?
Yeah, Claude is a totally different beast in terms of stuff like coding.
I've heard about people doing a 3D printer schematics for printing out stuff using Claude, because the 3D printer files, they're basically lines of code.
Yeah. Well, Claude is very, very good at technical stuff from what I've seen.
Okay.
And their latest one, Fable 5, it's so good that the State Department, U.S. State Department, I think, shut it down for foreign users.
Oh, okay.
They've since reversed that for everything except its coding capacity.
Yeah, I can see how AI, like really good AI, can be used to circumvent national security.
Yeah.
If put in the wrong hands.
Yep.
I could totally see the Taliban learning to code with Claude and becoming more of a threat, because we left them god tier gear. They could destabilize the region.
They've got god tier gear. They've got at best 1950s level sophistication with most of it.
Yeah, they crashed most of their Blackhawks too. A lot of their aircraft, they haven't been able to keep up.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't crash it.
Well, they have no idea. Yeah, maintenance. They don't know where to start on maintenance.
They don't know where to start on maintenance. They have no logistical chain. Most people don't realize how big of a logistical chain a single wing of aircraft requires.
Yeah. Let alone something as complex as a helicopter, which is 1,000 moving parts rotating around an oil lake.
Yeah.
To quote aircraft maintainers.
Yeah.
Bad things happen when the oil leak stops or speeds up.
Yeah, helicopters are super technical and they're very difficult to run. The Idaho National Laboratories used to have a bunch of helicopters and they did away with them, realizing that planes were far cheaper to keep up in the air.
Yeah. Well, and if you got something that's got good short takeoff, like those, we had one, I think it was a Canadian-made one called the Beaver. It was like super compact, and you could get it in pretty much anywhere. If you could get like 5 plane lengths, you could take the thing off.
Yeah, that's a little bit better, but similar to the Super Tucano. Super Tucano doesn't even need an airfield; it needs flat ground.
Yeah,
flat-ish. I think a lot more. I think the West would do well with giving their paramilitary organizations, such as special response teams at national labs and places where local security is paramount, to use gear such as the Super Tucano that's capable of long loitering easy to maintain, easy to get off the ground.
Well,
I think
next
we got
step,
the curse of, in the States, we have the curse of trying to get technology. Technology takes precedence over everything else.
Yeah. Well, in that case, we're going to be seeing quadcopter tech or multi-rotor tech running on electric.
Or Shahed drones.
Yeah.
Shahed drones would
multiple
use Shahed drones, not the suicide ones.
The U.S. already has a version of the Shahed.
Yeah. They made one way back in the day, and they said, "Well, this isn't the future of warfare, so let's kill it." And I'm sure there's some people kicking themselves right now.
No, like there was a program put into place, might have been under Biden even. What was it called? It was like Lucas.
Okay.
Something low cost drone program, and basically they got a hold of a couple of the Shaheds that the Russians were using, if I'm remembering the chain of custody right.
Okay.
There were Shaheds that the Russians were using that the Ukrainians captured and gave to the U.S. And so the U.S. reverse engineered them to produce a low-cost drone. I think it still costs twice as much as a Shahed, but it's also probably 4 times more capable.
4 times more capable and way cheaper than a Predator or Reaper.
Yeah.
Those things are expensive.
Oh, fuck yeah. But Predators and Reapers are, what, second, third generation? Coming out of outfits like Lockheed Martin and Boeing and Northrop Grumman,
all of which overcharge the government, and through the government, taxpayers.
Yeah.
Taxpayers are getting overcharged up the ass for these things.
Yeah.
I think more people should be up in arms over how much we're being bled dry by some of these subcontractors.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the way the world turns. Okay, gun fu and Lyrian Chronicles.
That was a tangent.
Yeah.
Reload
the gun fu? Dude, that's actually awesome.
Gun martial arts turns the pistol into
Oh, wait, this
part
is
of her
like their
stance. She can
ability-
shoot in melee, strike while armed, and keep pressure up where
Dude, we
most
should
gunners
totally
would
make
panic.
these. What the
This is
hell?
point-blank discipline
Why
with a
haven't
hair
I been
trigger.
making these? Wait a minute.
Valyrian Chronicles
can't think of
TTRPG
everything.
is free to play. Learn
Huh?
more at rpg.angelsword.com.
You can't think of everything. Dude, how
You
they
can
clone
also
my
sign up
voice?
for the immersive living world.
That's
MMO
hard.
At patreon.com/angelsword.
It's not as hard as you think,
So-
Leaf.
Yeah, she's becoming a prominent figure. And she has so many hours
Yeah.
of her voice being on the internet.
And you don't need a lot for these cloners to get something decent. It's scary. That is why I will, if I have to do any security stuff, voice print is not an option. I'm not that big yet, but again, it don't take that much. And some of this stuff is good enough to spoof some of the voice print verification stuff.
Yeah. If you're going to use voice print, it needs to be in conjunction with other things.
Yeah, like voice and fingerprint and retina.
Yeah.
And then, again, you've got that whole AI arms race thing where you have an AI analyzing the voice print for artificial artifacts. So it can't be a recording.
Hard to clone. That was awesome. Dude, honestly, that's like not a bad idea. Doing like class guides, but you know, we have the class guides like that we have written. Do like a video version of some of them, actually. Like for the early classes. That's honestly not a bad idea.
Pistol nunchucks.
That's a pretty good idea.
レディーわさび。少し先で野営できそうな場所を見つけた。火も起こせそうだ。よかったら一緒にどうだ。
ごめんなさい。今はダメ。もっと大きな脅威が近くにいるの。
You know what's up, Gravy? Leaf, I know a guy. You know what? You do.
こっち。
We did buy a shiny new business account on Higgsfield.
こっちだよ。
このスーツで。
だから言ったでしょう。
彼ら、私たちが
This is like really hard to make, chat. Like this takes so long to do something like this.
崩れかけた洞窟だった。
Like even with AI, this would take a
同じ
long
儀式ですね。
Every minute, dozens of hours.
Yeah.
So many tokens.
But really, that's the reality of any kind of visual media thing.
Yeah.
Like,
like
I've watched a lot of Corridor Digital and their behind the scene stuff. And it's like you're spending hours of time filming to put out minutes of content.
Yeah, that's why some of these movie studios they're over bloated, but that's why they have such large crews so often.
Yeah.
So you can film multiple things at once.
Well,
and then post-production is something else completely too.
Well, post-production is, I think, where you get the most people these days.
Especially in something CGI heavy.
Yeah, because you've got one person working on one thing in the background. That's your lower tier people. And then you've got people working on more important things higher up. Yeah, that's where the major cost is these days, is in the post-production and VFX.
Yeah. Plus all the people, all the bureaucrats that are unnecessary who are...
The bureaucrats, the guilds, the unions. Marketing is pretty much, from what I've been seeing, it's like cost of production times 2. Distribution is a pain in the ass.
It's like this film took $300 million to make, and then marketing is another $300 million.
Yeah.
And it only made 500. Yeah, it's technically made money, but it didn't because of marketing.
And that's before we get into Hollywood accounting, which is probably some of the most crooked bullshit this side of a socialist country.
Like Return of the Jedi has never made a profit, according to their accountants. It's like, excuse me?
That's why Lucas went with the franchising on secondary products over actually making money on the movie.
Yeah.
He did not make money on the movie. He made money on action figures.
And it's like what you were talking about the other day with people like Mike Judge.
Yeah.
Voice acting in King of the Hill. That's the only way he was able to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. Hollywood is crooked ass, and I can't wait till it dies.
Oh, Indy's already doing so much upheaval in that industry.
Oh, you've seen that, was it Citizen Vigilante?
I have not.
I think the only reason it's getting as much hype as it is because of the content. Like, what I've seen of it, it's decently well filmed, but it's an Uwe Boll movie. And Uwe Boll makes, for the most part, dog shit movies. He has he's basically destroyed the movie side of a number of video game franchises.
Oh.
Blood Rain was one. Postal was another.
That was awful, Blood Rain.
Yeah. And I guess in this, like, I've only seen clips here and there, and like, again, it's filmed well enough, it's been edited well enough, but then there's like, I guess there's like a random sex scene where the guy's banging a hooker or something that like has nothing to do with the story. He just wants to see tits.
Oh no, it's like Tony Wiseau with the opening sex scene. It's like totally not necessary.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it
because I'm the producer and I want to see titties. And like the thing that frustrates me is like, okay, yeah, he's gonna get enough money to make a number 2, and okay, maybe this is his breakout, because God knows he's fucked up everything else he's touched.
Uh-huh.
I have a quick question on Waha's behalf.
What's that?
Can Waha use a class that's coming out next but won't be out when he's making his new character?
What class is that? Wait,
the new one.
is it the
that
the emo one?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean,
If I just give him the details so he can make it.
Tell him he has to give me feedback. That's the exchange for it. Because I don't think it's fair if I give it to him for free.
True.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
極めて重要だからです。
おやそれはそれほど変わりませんね
I think with this system, your mana recovery is dependent on more than just rest.
Uh-huh.
I think your character actually has to like eat a decent meal.
Okay.
Which that's kind of a nice little bit of flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you a reason.
Yeah.
It gives you a reason to do things.
I think maybe like you get buffs depending on what your character eats too.
Uh-huh.
I'd have to look more into it.
あの狼たちとの戦いで消耗したこの疲労感。俺たちにはマナバーみたいなものがあるのか？それって自然に回復するんじゃないのか？いや、ここではその点がより重要だ。食事と休息を取らない限り、君の魔力は有限だし、回復も遅いからね。
That's true.
カルト教団員や周囲から見つけたものを片っ端からかき集めてきた。
Like Holy Ball, he's such a crackhead.
まだ見つかってはいない。だが、もう時間の問題だ。
You know,
あまりに多くの
I'm like thinking now because I kind of do want to add the Providence, like split humans and then do like the Providence race. I want to do that now and add this now.
痕跡を残しすぎてしまった。
How I would do it though.
異様に背が高くて黒いバンド
She talked about her game?
Yeah.
One of her games?
剣も持っている。
Well, she's talking about the system in general.
Okay.
Because like she runs the RPG like a live service game. So every 2 weeks there's patches. And with every patch she adds more classes at the very least. Like she's got well over 100 classes at this point.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Like, I think it's like, I want to say the last time I heard her drop a number where it was like 140.
And then she's doing quality of life improvements for all those.
Yeah. So like she'll do balance changes on stuff that's not working quite as well. Which I guess she must have a pretty decent Patreon player base.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where she's making most of her money is Patreon and for Angel Sword.
Okay.
If she's doing that, she's going to be getting a lot of feedback, and she is a game designer. Like that's how she got started. She got started at Riot. And she's one of the one of the first developers on League of Legends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've never played it, so I'm not entirely sure, but...
I haven't played it either, but it's pretty well known.
Yeah. I guess she made a character named Lux, and Lux was one of the most popular characters in the game at the time. But like, this is how she thinks. She thinks in terms of a game developer. So she's always going to be thinking about better ways of balancing things out and player engagement and stuff like that.
Yeah, she has a really sturdy foundation to work with.
Yeah.
And that goes into the AI as well.
Yeah, she's definitely, like she says, she's a AI-mancer.
Mm-hmm.
And really, AI prompting is as much about gaming the AI as game development is game theory.
Yeah, you're often trying to figure out how the AI thinks and manipulate it from its point of view.
Yeah.
And that's a struggle for a lot of people, and that's how you end up with so much of the slop, because people don't want to get out of their comfort zone and learn more about it.
Yeah, people say it's a black box, and to an extent it is, but really it comes down to it. It's all flowcharts. Oh. Mm-hmm. Kick bounty. Go Mecha Chameleon and play. Yeah, no, I don't feel like playing that right now.
Huh.
Painted full kick green. Yeah. Not interested.
するたびに本気で強い魔法を打ってきた。私はその度に逃げるしかなかった。それに、あいつは間違いなく私たちの異常を知っている。
さっき言っていた方向を感じ取れるというのは？
ええ、私も似た理由であなたたち3人のところへ引き寄せられたの。でもなぜなのかはわからない。ならあいつには対処するしかない。ここで準備するの？
いや。
それに、あいつは間違いなく私たちの居場所を知っている。
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
さっき言っていた方向を感じ取れるというのは。
When the ball-headed human race? Yeah.
私も似た理由であなたたち3人のところへ引き寄せられたの。
Yeah, when they can track you wherever you go.
なら、あいつには対処するしかない。
Now everyone else is being tracked through her.
Yeah.
Ominous shadows.
あいつは魔法であの特質を崩したんだろう、わさび。なら屋根を落とされない場所で戦うべきだ。大きもない場所がいい。
Yeah, they're thinking smart.
迎え撃つ。位置を分ける。誘い込む。そこへ持てる孤力を全部叩き込む。あいつが倒れる。
Kind of reminds me of when they tried to ambush Predator and the first Predator.
そうすることが重要です。私が最初に見守ります。
いいえ、皆さんは休んだ方がいいです。
私を生かしてくれ。That wasn't the whole Mad Minute, was it?
Yeah.
It was?
What?
So like that.
What's the Mad Minute?
The scene where they're just opening fire on the jungle.
Oh no, I'm thinking when they try to set an ambush later on. When they realized they were being hunted, they're like, okay, let's draw it into a place where it's harder for it to get to us through the trees.
Yeah. Remove any advantage the enemy has.
Yeah. And it didn't quite go according to plan.
Nope.
The enemy always gets a vote.
And when the enemy also has a advanced technology, that's a couple more votes in their favor.
Yeah, when you're able to leverage that against and know how to leverage it properly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That guy doesn't have eyes.
Oh, is he a marionette?
I don't know. Oh shit. That's.
外に何かあったか。ある。あいつは大きい。
That's a freaking exist. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
どうしてわかる？一番中、あいつに集中していたから。
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
God
Holy
damn
ball, the
tracking
ballest
magic.
of them all. Big ballin'.
Yeah.
What's impressive is they got a consistent style across the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so hard to do.
私自身の術の残滓が感じ取れる。つまり召喚は崩壊しなかったということか。
キレは私を召喚したのは君か？光栄に思うべきなのかな。
思うんだ。お前は私の失敗を示す。また一つの証に過ぎない。
おや、ずいぶん冷たいことを言うね。
気を悪くするな。お前が弱いというのは侮辱ではなく、ただの事実だ。そして、お前が私と共に来るという現実もまた事実に過ぎない。よかろう。
Oh shit.
Boss battle.
Yep.
He's got like a paladin? Who was Holy Ball's character?
I don't remember.
Electro? Oh, dude, he got dragged to the ground.
He got Dragon Breaks the Ranks.
Cast iron.
I like the spells. Like, they look cool.
They do look really cool.
I want to know who did what.
I haven't seen Sorcerer yet. How is it?
It's a really strong striker for level 1. Or for tier 1.
Okay, she's learning how to use her magic offensively now.
To go Sorcerer instead.
I'm wondering if
Mage is still needed for quite a few things.
barriers are not
Mage Mastery.
It's
like a persistent, or like they take persistent damage.
Yeah, but I mean, what
Even
I
as
mean
you
is how
recast
many
them.
people do you think will skip?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the barrier magic in I Carry Everything.
Oh, that's a really cool way to demonstrate.
I need to watch that.
RP.
What happened?
So he's about to get lined up for a heavy attack, right? So Holy Ball's like, I'm gonna block. Oh, I'm out of RP.
Oh no! Holy shit!
Greedy?
Oh shit! Dude, was that? Dude, that
Redhead with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Police girl. Oh, wrong one.
No, that wasn't Mogul. No, that was Perfect Shot.
And there's Keen.
Oh no, he's out of RP. Hilarious. That's oh dude, that was cute. This is actually so oh shit.
That trigger pull looked good.
Oh.
Damn, that guy is so dead. Holy
You
shit.
can't let a sniper set up on you.
Yeah. Unlimited range attacker. He's a thing in that system.
Oh.
But I'm kind of wondering, like, if each of them didn't do their own character stuff.
Yeah.
Which it would make sense. They have
It
all
makes
the-
sense if they did the majority of it, but it was still team efforts. Like,
Yeah.
they were all consulting with one another on what their characters would be doing.
Yeah. On with this, I guess this was, well, at least with the wolves, it was an actual fight they did in the game. So, like, that kind of writes itself.
Okay, yeah. Oh, dude, someone could make a really good Helldivers-esque fight.
Yeah. But, well, even if you limited it to 4 characters, just the Helldivers, that would work. It gets tricky once you start adding more entities. Like you could probably get away with doing something like a commando mission on the bots, where you have less than 10 entities on screen at any given time.
Yeah. Or make the bots more dangerous. Some of the fan-made videos I've seen, the Devastators are actually like scary strong.
Yeah.
Up the stakes from what you get in the game. I think that's similar to what they did with the Fey Wolves too.
Maybe. Probably. Hard to say. I haven't really gotten that deep into this game, so I don't know any stats on any enemies or fighters or anything.
I don't either. I'm coming at this completely as just my experience as a writer and seeing what a lot of other people do with fan art and fan fiction.
Yeah.
You just you take the enemy that's naturally there and you make it stronger than what video game characters actually go against, and that ups the stakes dramatically, and you also don't have to have as many moving parts.
This is true. Take the head.
Just waiting for the pirates to take all the loot.
Right now. Awesome.
生きてたの。
This is funny. It's like exactly how I would imagine.
Got such main character vibes.
Oh, Keen is bombastic. Like, even on Twitter, Keen is good bombastic.
Oh, it's actually not. It's actually not gravy. It's Gungnir. Yeah. That's cool.
She's a local.
That's such cool art.
Very well done on the gun.
And I love that it's an elf doing long range shit.
I don't know if she's an elf. Because she's got the horns.
That's true. Elf-like?
She might be a fawn. She might be a chimera.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
You're all illegal immigrants.
Technically illegal.
ドアに鍵はかかっていません。おい、食べ物は食べられないらしいぞ。
実感が湧いてきた。
それならこれが必要かもしれません。
So dramatic.
Yeah, ball would be dramatic.
今の何？
そうね。何らかの魔法のゴミみたいなものだよ。数週間だって？でも、それにどうやって生き延びたんだ？
Oh, is that magic fuel?
I guess maybe Holy Ball is like part mechanical or something. So
Okay.
he can't eat straight up food to recover.
Gotcha. So he's kind of like a mechanical golem,
Yeah.
sorta.
Like a Warforged or something like that.
Yeah. Africa, the PvP zone of Earth.
待って、僕爆発したの？なるほど、確かにそう感じました。とにかく気がつくと私はジャングルの中にいた。マウイには森しかなく、私は動き出さなければならなかった。私はすぐに直撃を受けましたが、
Oh shit, the mantis.
This was a pretty clean fight.
それにガガーやヘビクモのことだって。
You can see some of the AI stuff in those movements.
Yeah.
They looked a little bit unnatural, but they work for the anime.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the AI is good for right now. Is the anime aesthetic. You don't want it hyper realistic because it's going to get a little fucky here and there.
Uncanny Valley for sure.
Yeah. Like the hang time and stuff like that. But if you're going with more like the action movie anime sort of thing, you can get away with some hang time.
Yeah, you're able to excuse it because you see it in normal anime all the time.
I kind of don't like that it just exploded the head when he cut it, but that's AI seems to have a very hard time with violence.
Yes. And it's interesting. It'll do something hyper violent, hyper gory, and then it'll say, "No, I can't do that, Dave."
Yeah.
It's like, but you just did it yesterday. What are you talking about?
New guardrails today.
Yeah.
It'll be great once it gets to the point where you can get full up like C-Dance 2 onto a computer.
Yeah, C-Dance, is that the Chinese one?
Well, at this point, I think 3/4 of them are Chinese.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's C-Dance is from ByteDance.
Okay. I've been having good luck with some of the Chinese ones. Just they have fewer limitations.
Yeah.
And I think that might possibly bite us in the ass in the future. It's kind of like TikTok.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason why they released Fable 5 from the restrictions because they came to the realization, well, if we're not going to go anywhere with this if it's locked up. It needs to be out in the wild so that people can work on it, and then we can reap the benefits.
Yeah. Because if your AI shit, and especially if you're charging, if it's free, it's one thing. If it's open to the public, but if your AI shit, no one's going to use it.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get trained.
Yeah, I mean, like, C-Dance is not for free. It's getting paid, but it's, in terms of, like, high quality video, it's the best, I think.
Okay.
For the moment. But the thing right now is it's all about having enough compute. And that doesn't necessarily mean you need to have the most top-end processors. You just need to have the most processors.
Yeah.
In China,
their processors like crazy.
Yeah.
They don't have the red tape in the way. They don't have people saying, well, you're not bringing jobs to my area.
Yeah.
I don't want this data center here. And they're going, yeah, tough luck. Your village just doesn't matter to us.
China might be locked out of the top end architecture, but the top end architecture doesn't matter if you have the next generation back and 4 times more than everyone else.
Yeah.
So they definitely have more runway to work with.
Yeah, and they definitely, everyone was looking at the way that they were building infrastructure back in the 2000s and 2010s as a dead end. And it would have been if they hadn't said, okay, let's change the lens, let's move this in a different direction. And now they're able to manufacture other things like crazy.
Well, and how much of this AI is a pivot from Bitcoin mining?
That's true.
Because they use the exact same hardware.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised we're not seeing more Russian stuff because they built so many data centers in central Russia.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense we're not seeing that as much because of all the political stuff from the fallout from the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
But when that wraps up eventually, because it will, we might start seeing some of that more. It'll
be interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of have a blind spot in Russia in terms of computer technology.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have a blind spot in Russia in terms of computer technology just because we don't get to see it.
Yeah. Well, I think, so you watched that Unsubscribe with Youth Pastor Ryan, or Ryan Kelly?
I don't think I did.
Okay, so he's got a master's degree in, what was it? Homeland Security. Basically, he's a cyber warfare guy.
Okay.
On the like hacking and fraud side of things, and I think his what is it called? Yeah, like his big project to graduate. What is that? Anyways, his big final project was looking at how thesis. That's what it was.
Okay.
Was looking at how organized cybercrime was different by region. So like Russia was, if you wanted a bot farm, you go to Russia. If you wanted a dropshipping scam, that's the US.
He the one that goes into how a lot of the Nigerian scams are actually coming from Pakistan and India?
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that one. It was quite a ways back.
Yeah, it was a year or so ago.
I
think.
And that was wild learning about that, how so much of the cybercrime is coming from Pakistan and India, and it's being backed by their governments.
Yep. Oh, that's culture.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't win militarily because the United States has that down, but the cultural warfare, it's like civilizations.
Well, how much of it's actual culture warfare and how much of it is just them being greedy assholes trying to get whatever bit they can get out of it?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Keen's out here playing Ark.
Yeah. Everyone else is just trying to survive wolves and stuff. He's like, yeah, I built a house. What have you guys been doing?
Yeah. Built a house, and then made the important stuff.
Ooh, those look pretty good.
Mangoes.
Oh my god, is he making fucking alcohol?
Yep.
それから1日後、再び探索に出かけていたところ、ゴブリンの群れに襲われた。私が彼らを完全に打ち負かしていた時、彼らの王が現れたのです。彼は高さ20フィートもあった。
20フィート。
そうですね。多分15くらいでしょうか。
Details don't matter. It's a fisherman's story.
Yeah.
まさに怪物だ。
Freaking
It's like, okay, how much of this stuff did he actually do, and how much of it is him being an unreliable narrator?
Yeah. This is a Chad situation.
Yeah.
He's the fucking leader now.
Building a still. Starting his coffee empire.
帝国？
ともかく数日後再びジャングルに出ていた時、何人かの冒険者に出会った。私は勇敢にも彼らを吸収して私の家で休ませてあげた。そしてこの頃には
Kind of looks like he has his own little harem right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the Uma track! You had to be done. This is an actual thing they're trying to do too. This is like a real thing that they're trying to do in the game.
So you guys have been sleeping in a cave? I had a harem and a racetrack and dills.
Yeah.
そう最初の立ち寄り地でようやく物資を補充してマザーグリーンへの旅に必要な食料を調達できる
Oh
んだ
shit, I got the
Like I said, everybody else was surviving. He was playing Ark.
Yeah.
He became a what was it? What do they call it? That kind of isekai where they actually build shit.
Yeah.
He's playing a completely different game, which is why I'm wondering, like, is he multi-classed into Artificer or something like that?
そうですねそこでボスに会えるわけですね
Well, also, thank you for the bits. Thank you. This is so cool. Oh my god, dude. This is my dream. This is my dream to be the leader.
Empress Leaf.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
This looks good.
Cool, honestly, I love it. Wow, dude, this ending is sick. Wait, this has real ending vibes. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
So anime.
I know.
This
I love it.
perfect.
I love that.
Yeah, they did a really good job on this.
This is the most anime shit ever. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm serious. I'm like so serious right now that like a lot of the times when people make like AI music videos, like anime openings and endings, I'm gonna be real, they don't really look like it. But this one actually looks for real like an anime ending. Like this is believable.
Well,
yeah.
This is the crew to do that between Holy Ball, Nightwave, Keen, and Wasabi for sure. Like Wasabi does a lot of the whole anime ninja vibe stuff. Nightwave, Nightwave and Holy Ball do music. So and they're probably huge weebs. This illustrates just how big of weebs they are.
Super weebs. They got their own chibis.
Yeah. So they know the patterns. They know the formula. All it is a matter of copying the formula and pasting in your own stuff.
And persistence. Oh my god, persistence.
Good initial fodder for the gen.
Well, it's like an anime ending, but just exactly how it's set up, you know?
Like, if you didn't tell me this was AI made, I don't know if I would be able to tell.
Okay, the thing that's thrown me, the birds. They managed to get the birds to act like birds.
Yeah.
Granted, they fade out as you zoom out, but like, just the little details.
This is actually peak. That was insane. Bro, like, this is crazy. We didn't even see, like, that many of them yet today. And so far, they've been insane. Like, actually,
This is
so
gonna be
insane.
a very fun contest to judge.
Dude, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
A lot of talent came out for this. Like, that's a collaboration. Each one of them has also put in an entry.
Ooh. Yeah, I bet the collaboration ends up winning out, but just being able to see the self-done things. will be fun.
Let's see. Yeah, contest. I don't know how many of these are actually okay. Contest submissions.
16-bit version. I bet that's interesting.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Yeah. This looks like a 16-bit game I would actually want to play.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, give it another 6 months, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably do it right now. Somebody just has to sit down and put it together.
Yeah, you could do it with one guy in his basement, or you could do a very small team and get it done a bit quicker.
Yeah.
And come out with an amazing product that would make AAA studios go, oh no.
Yeah. Like, I would say cap teams at 10. For something like this, like in 16-bit, probably 5 or 6 is your cap.
Yeah. Potentially up to 20. And I say 20 for a lot of the background stuff.
Like the support stuff.
The support stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And even then, like, I guess it depends on how distributed your team is.
Yeah, and it depends on how good everyone is at what they're doing. And,
yeah. Like, if you've
how
got,
good everyone works together.
If you've got, like, say, one studio in one location that you have everybody working out of, you could maybe get away with 1 or 2 people doing background support.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I think the cap also depends on who's making it. Is it already a small established studio, or is it people doing it out of their rec rooms?
Yeah.
That would make a big difference.
Well, I think Corridor, their total is like 2025. Granted, they're not like making huge Hollywood budget things, but that's still a fairly sized team. And like, it's I think 25 might be like when they're in filming mode.
Yeah.
So multiple camera ops and grips and etc.
Probably seasonal work built into their contracts.
Yeah.
Like we have work for you to do, and not necessarily layoffs, but it's like, hey, your contract says you basically need to keep your day job for some of those roles.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not entirely sure on how they structured it. I know that every now and then they'll do a call for interns.
Gotcha.
And those interns are usually there for the duration of their internship and they're gone. Oftentimes they do come back if they have a space. Even people that
makes perfect sense.
Like they had one VFX guy. He's actually out of BC. He worked for Weta, I think, for a couple of films. I think he worked on one of the Avatar movies. He joined corridor. He did some stuff there, and then he went off to do something else on his own. So like, they have turnover. They have to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, and turnover's natural for these kind of industries.
Well, it should be natural for any industry.
Yeah. And it makes, I think, places like Ubisoft and BioWare and all those places, I think they would be better off having a small, dedicated team and then bring people in for projects.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But they've been getting overbloated. They've been keeping people on, doing busy work.
And then
that drains budgets.
They do the crunch culture.
Yeah.
Which, that's not good for anyone.
It's not good for anyone. And I get it. Like, I'm not super anti-crunch if the people are getting paid and if it's in their contracts. Because I've worked overtime.
Yeah.
I've worked the trades. I've worked overtime. I made good money doing it, and I didn't hate it when it was happening. The problem is sometimes it's nonstop with those places, and it just takes passionate people and it dries it up.
Yeah. And drives them out. Wears them down.
Yep. Yeah, they ended up leaving the industry. You lose a lot of talent that way.
Like, my problem with crunch is you don't get crunch if you're scheduling yourself properly.
And you also don't get crunch if you have a lot of these smaller teams aren't doing as much crunch until like towards the end.
Yeah.
Because they're way more efficient.
Yeah. You don't have to filter through 7 levels of assessment. You go directly to the boss, get the feedback immediately.
Yeah.
And you can get the job done at a faster
That's
turnaround.
like how Bethesda used to be. One of their the guy who wrote all the lore talked about how he used to go have lunch with Todd Howard and be like, okay, this is what I want to talk to you about. And it was super efficient and they got a lot done. And then when's Elder Scrolls 6 coming out? Probably, who knows, if ever.
Yeah, like,
because it's just so
3,
huge.
4, 10 years down the line.
What was it, 2016 or something like that, when they put out the teaser?
Was it that long ago?
It's been a long time. I don't know if it was that long ago, but it has been.
I don't think it was. I think it was maybe like 2020, 2021.
I want to say it was around the time of Fallout 76.
I want to say it was sometime around COVID.
It might have been.
Because I think I was at my current place when I saw the trailer, so that's in the last 6 years.
June 10th of 2018.
Oh, fuck. Maybe it was back then.
It has been a long time, and we have no new news on that.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what we were just talking about. They've lost a lot of their efficiency because of how huge they've gotten.
Yeah. Well, like, look at Starfield. Starfield was a disappointment.
Yeah. Both financially and critically.
And, like, it had how many people working on it?
Too many.
Like, you get diminishing value the more hands on the project.
Yeah.
Unless it's a project that requires lots of hands, like construction. But if it's a creative project, the more chefs in the kitchen, the lower the quality of the outcome.
When you're doing something that requires passion, as anything creative does, the more people you have stomping your ideas into the ground, and the more friction you have getting to the person in charge, and delegator, the worse it gets.
Anything made by a committee is not going to do nearly as well as something made by one passionate, knowledgeable person.
Yeah.
Like, look at everything John Moses Browning made, and then look at everything Remington made by committee. There is no comparison in quality.
Yeah, for some reason we're still using the M2.
Yeah.
Why? Because it
freaking
no one's
works.
been able to up it. Works.
The
It'll always
M2.
work.
I think he did the Winchester 1895. It's just kind of wild to think that he was that old, but yeah, he was that old.
Yeah.
The 1911. The high
he was
power.
making stuff way before then. He was making components and learning the trade way before the 1895.
Yeah. Well, he made several guns for Winchester. He made several guns for Browning. Definitely several guns for Springfield.
It's the same with Eugene Stoner. Eugene Stoner, when he was making guns early on, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it was becoming more committee based and less efficiency. And
yeah. Well, I think that's because Stoner had his stuff. Then he had a couple apprentices. But if he was building stuff directly for the U.S. military, unfortunately, bureaucracies like to grow in places like that.
Yeah, and getting into becoming a U.S. military subcontractor.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse. For example, Dillon Precision, one of my friends used to work for them. They made the 7.62 minigun.
Yeah. Didn't they buy that off of whoever developed it initially?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. They picked the original, we're talking about the Predator one, right? It was originally,
that one was, I think, 5.56.
Okay. Okay. Right, the bigger one.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing was originally General Electric.
Yeah, I think that General Electric made the first ones in Vietnam.
And then, Dillon bought it sometime around 2016, I want to say.
And they have great contracts, and they made a lot of money, and they lost a lot of drive and motivation to make new things.
Yeah, because you've got one product that does really, really, really well. There's, especially the higher ups, don't see any use in trying to develop anything new.
Yeah, making things for the government kills innovation.
It spurs some innovation, but yeah, I think by and large it destroys it more.
Yeah, Leupold's the same way. They've kind of plateaued. They used to be cutting edge.
Yeah.
Now now Vortex and Night Force are edging them out.
But how much of that is innovation and how much of that is price point?
Price point, but also, I think, stagnation.
And marketing. Because
some people will still buy a Leupold over a Vortex just because of the name.
Honestly, I'd buy a Leupold over a Vortex just on quality. Vortex, you can crush the tubes on a Vortex if you tighten the rings too much.
This is true. Even on their razors, which are their top end ones.
Yeah, they have very thin tubes. You can't go above 12
inch pounds.
Yeah, 17-inch pounds. So if you don't have a lot of guys don't have torque wrenches, they'll just tighten the shit out of them, and it'll bind up the zoom lens.
What I learned is finger tight, and then 1/8 of a turn. That's about 17-inch pounds.
Yeah, but who's finger tight? Because you might have a higher finger tight than someone like me.
Well, I think finger tight interpretation isn't torquing it. It's just making it to the point where it's snug.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
flush against the thing. It's starting to give you just the tiniest bit of resistance, and then you just crank 1/8 of a turn.
Yeah, I prefer using a torque wrench though. But then again,
definitely the better way to do it.
I'm in the position to where having a torque wrench specifically for tightening scope rings is a viable option.
Yeah. There's a very big difference between amateurs and pros, and I also just need to do it once on her platform. You got to do it again and again and again all day, every day.
On multiple platforms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like there's that with the tool requirements.
Uh-huh.
But like Loopold, I'm not really seeing much room for any scope to greatly improve as in like the analog sense of things. Once you start like throwing electronics into it, there's vast spaces of improvement, but we're pretty much at the point where it all comes down to coatings on the glass and then the robustness of the tube.
One thing I will say, Vortex over Leupold, their warranty.
Yeah, but that again,
zero questions asked.
That's marketing.
Yeah.
Reticle might be another one, but again, that's anybody can rip off an article or a reticle.
You can't really.
I think Vortex, so like Loopold is more it's your dad's scope. Vortex is Gucci. It's maybe
low end Gucci, but
it's maybe slightly better than a stock Loopold, but they've priced it and hyped it up that this is the scope that you need. So of course people are going to buy that instead of that lame ass old busted stuff that your grandpa used. In reality, they work equally well. It's just one is marketed and packaged a little bit different.
Yeah. I can afford a Vortex that's on par with the Leupold, and I can't do that with the Night Force. Night Force is one of those. It's like the annual defense. That thing's expensive.
Right? Yeah, Night Force is pricey.
Yeah, they're worth it. They're worth every bit of it. My friend has a Night Force, and they're at the higher zooms at the far end. There's a tiny bit of what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the term. It's kind of like
distortion.
Distortion, yes, that one. There's a tiny bit of distortion versus the Night Force. Still crystal clear at full zoom. Yeah. Does that matter for someone who might use it for hunting? Probably use it for hunting. Maybe use it for security.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Well, like, what are they hunting and where are they hunting?
Yeah.
Are they trying to pull off a 500 to 700 yard shot, or are they just trying to pull off a 100 200 yard shot?
Yeah. And are they trying to pull off that shot in the middle of a firefight, and if they don't pull off that first shot, someone's going to die?
Yeah.
Then it matters. But Vortex is good enough for roof Korean stuff.
Yeah. Well, how much is Night Force actually being used by the military?
Quite a bit.
Okay.
One of the reasons why they are so expensive is because they have so many contracts, and by law, they cannot sell those for less than they sell to the military.
Right.
So, that 40% markup or whatever it is, it's being passed on to the consumer because of the contracts.
Yeah. Well,
it's interesting stuff.
Let's finish this up. Whoa. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did we have a little bit of a connection issue?
My mic might be dying.
Okay.
Come on. Too much stuff on me. Oh, go away. Because it has been almost 4 hours. Oh, I still have 38%. I can finish up.
Cool.
Huh. Did my kick freeze?
Let me see. I still see your Fugies moving.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm still here. Did we have a little bit of a...
I think it just froze on my browser.
Gotcha.
I've got a 10-second delay on it now, so it's taking a bit to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Finish up this video, and I think I need to call her a night.
Okay.
Still haven't quite recovered from the plague, so my voice is really killing me right now.
No worries. Hope you get better.
Working on it. Postscript.
These character models are pretty cool.
I need to find out what the scissors are all about. Like giant.
That's one way they're predatory.
Yeah. Well, I think they're an actual combat weapon.
Of course they are.
I think the cat girl is Kumari Fumo.
Uh-huh.
And that's her signature weapon, I guess. The giant ass pair of scissors. Oh, wow. Gobble gobble. What was it with a shotgun?
I cast slam fire.
I will say when she makes bad shit looks bad. Yes, fireball.
You're the Ash Queen, huh? Let's thaw you out.
Yeah, like, then you have like, I love how you have fantasy rifle, dual wielding pistols, modern dual wielding pistols.
Oh, I love it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's just more and more of those people. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who wins.
Yeah.
But I think at this rate, it's going to take her 2 weeks to judge everything.
There's a lot. And there's a lot of good work put out there.
Just one more. Can I find one of her patch notes? Maybe it's in playlists. Takes game design. Or is it even on this channel? No. I don't know if she posted them up on this channel, and I'm kind of starting to lag a little bit, so.
Okay.
Latest popular. Nope. Not yet. She's got laser engraved wood merch. Here's the AI contest. And managed to scrape together a $5,000 cash prize, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's substantial.
Like 2 days notice. U.S. entry only because, again, 2 days notice. They didn't have time to muck around with foreign contest rules. But I think they can. It doesn't really matter so much for most of Canada. I think because this is definitely a skill-based contest. It's less a lottery thing. Just you'd have to exclude Quebec because they're greedy pricks and they want to cut.
Yes, they are.
Stream. Oh, that's 2 months ago. More links. Oh, yeah, again. And she's got a bunch of other channels, but I don't know. Maybe Angel Sword itself. Here we go. A full patch called Capitalism Ho. And it was about introducing merchants. Like a merchant class.
Yeah.
King Elion reached out and saved us.
And this is all backstory too.
Royal cause. Now I stand in the rain, not a sword, but open arms instead. The shop is how I fight for you every single day ahead. I'm scared sometimes, I'm not a fighter. My hands still shake at night. The fiends are scary, but duty calls and this is what I can do, so I'll do it right. I've got the best deals, the best prices guaranteed.
Yeah, so I guess the mogul can call a sniper shot.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's like they actually have somebody following them or not. That's like, yeah, I've got no martial stuff myself, but I've got a guy.
I got security. I got people.
Yeah.
Potions, artifices, weapons, food, whatever helps you climb. When you're weary from the battlefield,
Like Sanctioner. That sounds like an
then you'll see the tools you're
interesting class.
pull them off the
Yeah.
cart. You'll always find me. You know exactly where I stand. Right here behind the counter with a smile and steady hands. I'll move your client, I'll move the world just to keep you strong. The shop is always open. Come in, adventurers, you belong.
I'm finding myself very interested in this game.
Well, she's got everything up for free.
Oh. Just on her website? The
Yeah.
Angel Sword website?
There we go. Yeah, so online manual, which has pretty much everything. But the only thing I'm confused on is what she's using for like dice. Because I've looked through some of the stuff and like I can't quite figure out what she's using there. Like races, you got base races and you got sub races, lots.
Wow.
Yeah, like with the Chimera, you basically choose from 2 different races.
Okay.
So like Leaflit herself, her character is a Fey slime Chimera.
Oh, okay. That's her Fugi, their main one.
Yeah. So like her mom, Asari, is supposed to be a Selkie Fae, a water Fae, and then not entirely sure where the slime part comes from. But she can flip back and forth between the two, and then being a slime, I think, gives her resistance to physical damage, which makes sense. There's only 5 primary races, but there's a bunch of sub races. Classes, though.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh, AAA is cooked, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. D&D is cooked. Paizo is cooked. And like from what I can understand, it's a very mix and match system. There's actually like tech trees and stuff that go on. It's like
pepper spray.
Yeah, craft pemmican. I think each class is capped at like level 8, but I think you can get multiple classes.
Okay.
I definitely have to go through it. Pepper spray, 5-foot range. Reach into your pocket and pull out a handful of ground chili pepper that you throw in front of you in a 15-foot cube. That's a big cube.
That is a big cube.
Causes
some powerful peppers.
Blinded 4 and the inability to smell. The target or an ally of the target within 5 feet can spend 1 AP to wipe it off. Only lasts 1 turn. Okay. One additional mantle and 1 RP. I'm not entirely sure what RP is. But that's what Wasabi was. The Battle Mage was supposed to be what Nightwave was.
So it looks like you can play this game and not really do much combat. You can be like a support character or something.
Yeah. Dragon breaks the ranks.
That really makes the world feel alive when the shop owners are players.
Well, this is she's pretty much made a MMOTTRPG. Because what happens in the paid game that drives the entire globe of the lore.
Okay.
So like recently, one of the major deaths was a character that was like considered the hero of the world. And that's going to have repercussions down the line. Keen with his Uma racing track, I guess, is something the community is pushing for. And like, there's groups that play it's a strictly Uma group. They're all horse people.
Okay.
But they're not centaurs. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like Forge Master, Geomaster, Granite Warden, Gunslinger, Gun Fu, Gun Martial Arts. What was Phosphomancer? So that's either something to do with light or phosphorus. Mime. She hates mimes. That's not a class that Leaf came up with. Asar, Gun Paladin, with the holy weapon ability.
Oh, that's cool.
John was a paladin who loved guns. Range mastered. So you can deal holy damage with the gun. And it comes with its own flashlight. You may choose to have your weapon emit light as if it was a lantern.
That's fun. Yeah, you can't tell she likes guns.
we still need to react to her gun collection video.
Oh yeah. That's probably gonna be next stream.
Yeah, well, maybe next week I'll be in better shape and we can actually have a proper plan.
Yeah. Next week I won't be celebrating We're Not British Day.
Yeah, I had to skip on last Thursday, or this Thursday. Just because it was
really
kind of
rough.
rough. I don't think I could have spoken for 4 hours straight. Anyways, I think that is it for tonight.
Okay.
And perhaps we can do this. We've got five viewers, so I can host out.
If you're in Hawaii, happy 4th. Otherwise, happy 5th.
Yeah. Happy 250th to all my American viewers and friends. Hope you had a good one. Hope you exploded stuff real nice. Talk to you later.
Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Yes! I'm doing it!
Yeah!
Doggy do was great.